Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Greenlight Weekend Podcast. My name is Brian Nystrom, and as you know, the Greenlight Weekend Podcast is sponsored by Dead Room Comedy. Dead Room Comedy is a production company and comedy group based in Denver, Colorado. Check out their website, deadroomcomedy.com, where you can subscribe to weekly one-liners, get an email every Monday with original jokes to laugh through the workday. Also, check them out at Dead Room Comedy on Instagram and Facebook, where you can find sketches, stand-up clips, and find out when live shows will resume. Everybody knows I fucking love Dead Room Comedy. Those boys have been on the podcast many times, and I almost spilled my water, but I didn't. Fuck yeah. But Dead Room Comedy, check them out. Me and David Oakley have both been on the weekly one-liners. They're a great company. I love what they're doing. They're helping comics. They're paying comics. Whatever they can. You know what I mean? So support Dead Room Comedy if you like this podcast. Now, to get on with this week's show. As you guys know, we have been doing quarantine episodes ever since Philly Cheese left, and he's fucking back, people. Episode 100 is now. It is today. We had so much goddamn fun recording this. I'm not even going to do much of an intro. It was just a blast. It was me, Phil, and Dave. We got fucked up. And, yeah, nobody drove drunk, so we're all good over here. Episode 100. So excited. Before we get into this, I just want to give a shout out to the Whiskey Reel podcast and also Ethan Esparza and the Chava people for the intro-outro music. Check them out. Links will be in the description. I fucking love you people, and I hope you enjoy episode 100 with Philly Cheese and David Oakley.
But it makes sense.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. We're fucking here. It's episode 100.
Episode 100.
Wow.
Phil's here.
Phil's
Dave
back,
Oakley's here.
baby.
Yeah.
Phil is back.
I refuse to do episode 100 without Phil, and we're finally getting it down.
It's
I
awesome,
appreciate it.
yeah,
I'm
man.
so excited
Makes
not
me
to
feel
write
special.
quarantine in
You
front
are,
of every
dude.
episode.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I wasn't planning on
You
being
started
gone
this
this
whole
long,
thing,
man.
dude. Like, you and Brian started this podcast together probably, I guess, a couple years ago. If you're
2
up
years
to,
ago, yeah.
Yeah. And now, you know, like, he has so much respect for you. Like, once quarantine hit, he ceased the regular
Yeah, like I said, I
episode
wasn't
numbers.
planning on being gone this long.
I wasn't
Yeah.
either. Once I hit quarantine 20, I was like, so how long are we going to
Yeah.
fucking do this?
No. I was telling Kat today, I was like, holy shit, we've done like 26
Yeah.
quarantine.
crazy.
I was like,
I think I only
I
did
didn't
2
realize-
without you.
so I was like, we've done a lot. But,
Maybe 3. 2 with Drew and 1 with Bedroom. Yeah.
well,
Sorry.
dude, it's your shit,
Just
dude.
going through my head.
I'm just here to help if I can, but it's your thing. Yeah. But I'm happy to see Phil back, man. Like,
It's
I
dope.
missed you, man.
I don't know if I'm going to be full-time after this. Being a
Whatever
dad's fucking hard,
Yeah,
man.
but after this
Yeah.
after this 100, at least I can start the episodes
Right.
again. But we did
Right.
99 together, and then the
And-
quarantine happened.
Yeah.
And
The
you were
fucking
about
world
to have
started
a baby.
catching on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were having a kid, too. I mean, like, that's no
and it was
joke.
still when we still don't really know what the fuck's going on.
Mm-mm.
Nobody
It's
does,
so
man.
weird.
So what did they tell you in the hospital? Like, if you don't keep yourself quarantined, you might not be able to hold the baby for a while. Is that am I understanding that right? Or like,
Couldn't be in the delivery room
oh,
if
yeah.
anything happened.
Yeah,
That's
if
what
I,
it was.
If I caught it, I couldn't have been in the delivery room.
right?
You-
But I mean, okay, so that's why
you're
you
allowed.
just
You're allowed the ladies allowed one care. What are they called?
Caregiver?
No, support person. You're allowed one support person, a mom, whoever. it
oh,
is.
okay.
And
The
so-
father of the child.
So okay, so you were just
But if I came in and was like I had COVID like a week ago, they wouldn't have let me in.
Right,
And
okay.
if I had, they tested my temperature every day, and once I was there, I couldn't leave.
so now that you're a parent, like, because I'm not a parent, but I imagine it would be tough not to be able to hold your baby. Are you like, oh fuck yeah, that was
And we-
totally worth not risking it so I could hold my baby
Totally.
right away?
And I was there for Coel.
Of course,
Dude, it's the
yes.
most intense experience
I can't
you've ever
imagine.
gone through.
You were in
Yeah.
the delivery room?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little about I mean, don't get graphic, obviously,
So-
but what went through your mind? Like,
So we went to her normal week appointment, and she got a monitor on the baby, and her heart rate was the baby Kai heart rate was a little low, and they couldn't catch it right, so they sent us to the delivery room because they have better machines to watch heart rates and stuff.
Okay.
And so we got there, and Coel was slightly dilated, 2 or 3 centimeters, and
But not ready to give birth?
her doctor was like, you know what, we're just gonna keep you here because she was already a week over her due date.
Oh.
And
Oh,
so-
okay.
And
Once-
why go back in the world and risk it?
Yeah,
and-
once you're that far past your due date, then they just want to get it out because the placenta starts degrading and falling apart.
How long was she in the hospital, like, from that point until she gave birth?
Oh,
Like a day?
no, like 5 hours. It happened
Oh,
so
that's
fast.
it?
They were like, we're
So
gonna
they were right
induce.
to keep
They
her.
induced.
Oh,
Yeah, we're like, we're gonna induce and just get it done today. So they
So
give her
was it a C-section,
pitocin.
or-
No, they give her pitocin. It's like oxytocin, and that's what
Okay.
the body produces to start giving labor.
Right.
And so they just gave her the pitocin, and she started dilating immediately.
Oh, man.
And
Wow.
it was
She was ready to pop.
It was
so
8
to
o'clock, and the doctor was like, all right, so you're like 5 or 6 centimeters dilated. We'll expect you to probably start delivering around
speak.
midnight.
How many centimeters is
10.
usually- 10. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be 10 to give birth. And so the doctor, she said, yeah, you'll probably start going into labor about midnight. And so Coel, they give her an epidural because Coel's contractions were getting really tough.
Painful.
Yeah.
Oof.
And
she's a savage.
yeah,
I
and
know.
and so the doctor came in at 10 to check on her, and she was like super dilated, and there she was like, it's time to go. And Coel's like, panic just set in her face, you know,
Oh,
'cause she was
no.
expecting to have a couple more hours to figure
Well,
it
she's
out.
probably nervous, dude.
So
Like,
nervous.
just, I mean, can
And-
you imagine
yeah.
just squirting a
It's crazy.
I
human
can't.
out your
Every
butt?
time I come, I have that same feeling. I'm just like, oh no.
It's
Man, dude,
and
that's
so
like,
she started pushing, and you have to push
does
with
she have
the
a
crank
midwife
check.
with her?
No, just the
Nurse.
doctor and the nurse.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah,
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 okay.
yeah. Midwives are usually just for if you're
Home
doing like a
births?
home birth, and
Oh.
I'm so glad we didn't because there's so much fucking shit that
Did
could
y'all
happen.
think about doing it?
Nah,
No.
Coel wanted the epidural. She wanted the drugs.
She wanted the drugs.
Yeah.
Well, goddamn right.
Respect.
She deserves it.
And I held
Man.
I held one leg, and the nurse held the other leg.
Really?
and-
Like, just like you guys spread
yeah, she was. I had to pull her apart. and
Wow.
It's crazy, man. You go into like a flow state. I thought I was gonna get queasy.
Did you
and-
feel high?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
It was
dude,
a weird.
Like adrenaline,
But I
right?
didn't, it wasn't like gross to me.
Right,
at all.
right,
like
right.
I saw her come out. I saw her hair coming out, and like,
She had hair to begin with?
mhm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's a crazy experience. She comes out, and they put her right on top of Coel's chest, and she's like, she's not breathing.
Do they wrap her first?
No, they just put her right on Coel's
Naked,
because you
okay.
want like the skin to skin contact is
Oh, really?
super important for bonding.
She wasn't breathing though?
But they don't breathe until they're
Spanked, right?
not even spanked. They just
I
like
thought that's why they spank
No.
they
babies.
used to.
I thought that was a joke and I thought it was
No.
hilarious.
They used to, but they just kind of rub her and like take the sucky bulb and suck the fluid because
Oh, no
they don't
shit.
breathe inside the womb. They're getting all the oxygen through the umbilical cord,
Okay.
so they don't take their first breath until they come out.
That's so crazy.
And so she laid her on Coel's chest and then started rubbing her, and she started breathing, and it's fucking crazy,
that's a
man.
Beautiful thing.
It's so
man.
beautiful. It really is.
Wow.
Was
man.
it kin to psychedelics? Like the
I would
Yeah,
imagine
dude,
so.
it's
yeah.
like I said, it's like a flow state. You don't even
Yeah.
really realize what's going on, and like doctors and nurses are running around, and they take her over to the little warming thing, and
Yeah.
Coel's placenta was like falling apart and degrading, and
'Cause she
they
was
had
late.
to. Yeah, well, that and it just stuff happens
Mm.
in the womb. She could have just started separating, and
Uh-huh.
but then, so yeah, she was awesome. Came out perfect, and then I got to hold her right away, and she was looking up in my eyes,
Yeah.
and it's a crazy fucking feeling.
Oh, I
man.
can't imagine, man.
It's like it's hard to explain.
I can only imagine.
But
Yeah.
Can't-
It sounds akin to psychedelics, just like such a profound experience that you
Something
can't
you've
explain
never
unless you
experienced.
experience it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just, it's totally
Exactly.
new.
Yeah,
And-
we'd like to have kids, Ken and I would one day. I mean,
And when people say it
Half
is
retarded,
fucking
half
life,
Puerto Rican.
yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
But
Uh,
would people say it's fucking
that it's hard.
Yeah.
It's a life-changing event.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
it's like,
It
all right.
happened.
So let me ask you this, because I've asked this
I'm
question
gonna take
to
my shot
Here, I
Take
want to
your
play.
shot. I'm
to
just gonna cheers you with my
to 100.
To 100, baby.
to 100. I've asked this question to other guests that were parents, and because I've just thought about it a lot, it's like it seems like a lot of work. It's obviously a lot of work, but does it not really feel so much of like work because of just your love and your whoa?
That was
Because of your love for your child, like it seems like I don't mind doing this at all.
Yeah.
Like,
At
is it
first,
like that, or
for
is
sure.
it really hard?
No,
I mean,
there's a bond for sure.
you do anything.
Dude, when she smiled at me the first time,
Oh,
it just
shit.
fucking melts your soul.
Recently?
It still does. Yeah, every time she smiles.
How long has she been smiling? Because I thought
From
that,
the very first day.
oh no shit.
In her sleep, she starts smiling. And I
Aw.
think because when Coelle was pregnant, we laughed so much and just we're constantly laughing
yeah.
at stupid shit. And she smiles every time she wakes up from a nap. And she's like, I'm like, hey,
She's happy.
hey, pumpkin. And she
Aw.
starts smiling. And
I can't imagine.
dude,
man.
when she
I
cries, though, it definitely gets at you at a primal level. Like when I hear babies crying in like Walmart when I'm by myself, I'm like, there's something inside me that's like, I gotta stop that baby from crying.
Right.
And it like
There's a
gets,
baby in need.
yeah,
it's like you're a
gets
Batman
at
for
you.
babies.
and like the first night we brought her home because we were in the hospital for 5 days
Wow.
because she was small when she came out. She was only 6 pounds.
Oh wow.
And normally babies that at that term,
7, 8.
yeah, they're usually 7, 8 pounds.
Yeah.
And so she was just small and didn't have enough fat on her body to keep her blood sugar up.
Oh
and
wow.
so she had to go on an IV and go into the intensive care unit because they had to give her blood sugar.
That must have been terrifying.
Yeah, so scary
I
because you don't know
can't-
what's going
oh.
on. It's so fucking scary.
Yeah.
And then, so she's in ICU and we had to, like, we can't just stay in there. So we were in the delivery room just hanging out. And then every couple hours we'd go and feed her. And
Okay.
then, so she's like hooked up to an IV and
Oh.
she had probably 20 pricks on her heel because they had to kept testing her blood for her blood
Ugh.
sugar. And so she just had
I
all
can't
these
imagine
scars
the
all over her
anguish
heel.
you felt, dude. Like,
Yeah. and then
I'm so glad she's okay.
and then they saw that her oxygen levels weren't as high as they needed to be. So then they had to put her on oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, well, we don't know why she's not getting enough oxygen, so we're going to have to start doing x-rays. And so they bring in this giant x-ray machine, and they're like doing x-rays, and you're like, well, fuck, does she have a tumor in her lung already? Like,
Oh
there's
my
so much
God.
shit going through your head.
You think the worst case scenario.
Everything. And so you don't know what's going on. But her lungs were fine. The doctors said that it just kind of happens with babies at this elevation.
Oh, okay.
And
That's what I
yeah,
figured.
That's
and
what
they-
Brian did say. Yeah, I remember
and
you saying
they
that.
they said that a lot of babies probably go out of the delivery room without oxygen that need it, like because
Really?
they don't get checked like they did in the in the intensive care
Where
unit.
was she born? Mercy?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Okay.
imagine if you had a home birth, man. Like,
I
you wouldn't have
know.
known about the hyperthyroidism. You wouldn't have known about
dude.
the low
And I
oxygen.
think
That's a good
even
point.
I think
Body
even with a home birth, it's law that you have to have that
really?
heel prick where they test for 48 different diseases
Oh, wow.
because of that.
So they do that
because
to all babies, right?
every
When they're
baby,
born.
yeah.
Oh, really?
It's
So
a
we all
law.
had that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if we did.
It's a law now.
It's a law now.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But when Coelle's dad in 1948 was born, he was born without a thyroid gland, and they didn't know. And
it's
so
gotta be genetic.
they
then.
waited a whole year, and then his tongue started swelling up, so he couldn't breathe. And one doctor was like, well, I guess we're going to have to cut his tongue out.
What?
And this other Chinese doctor who was studying thyroid glands was like, no, let's try something else. I
Yeah.
think it's
Dude, trust
lack
the-
of thyroid.
yeah.
So they almost cut his tongue out.
Let's try
Yeah.
everything before that.
Just
How about that?
That doctor was probably fucking smoking a cigarette. I'm like, I think the only thing we have to do is cut his tongue out.
Yeah, doctors didn't eat
The
pussy
lesson
back then.
learned
They didn't
here. The
understand
lesson learned
importance.
here is trust the Chinese doctors.
Yeah, that's
not
why we
the
didn't
American
wanted
doctors.
to have a fucking hippie home birth with.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a good
There's
thing
no
you did it.
intensive care unit. You
It's
know,
a good
they
thing
can't
you
check
didn't,
to
right?
see
Because
if.
you wouldn't have known.
Yeah, and she might have been okay
Man.
without oxygen, but they want
You
to
don't
give
wanna
her
take the
every,
risk.
possible opportunity to develop properly.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she
Yeah.
did. We used the tools that we had
You
available.
did, yeah. And now she's all
And,
good.
Yeah, now
And
she's off the oxygen.
Breathing on her
and
own, no oxygen
Fucking
tank.
gaining.
Hell yeah.
gaining weight like crazy. She loves to eat.
Yeah, good.
She's adorable.
She's healthy.
Super healthy.
Good, man. Hey, congratulations again.
The
man.
only
That's
thing
so
that
cool.
sucks with the hypothyroidism is you have to get blood work done every month.
So does hypothyroidism like affect your
So
a diet? Like,
Yeah.
do you have to eat certain things or not eat certain things?
The only thing that really she's got to be careful with is soy, because soy pulls out the synthetic thyroid hormone in the medicine, and so it won't digest into her body.
Fuck
So
soy
we can't just
anyway.
like give her soy milk when we give her medicine, but it's not that big of a deal. It's just the
but
thyroid.
soy's in a lot of things, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but it's only like super concentrated, like soy milk.
So it's
like,
okay if it's not.
Yeah,
if
because
it's
her
just like,
formula, she's on half formula, half breast milk.
okay,
Just because Coel can't make enough right now with working full time.
sure.
Because you got to pump every 2 hours or feed every 2 hours to
Right.
keep it up.
So
And
you're
so she just,
supplementing.
so we're just using. She's getting best of both worlds. Really, the only thing that's better about breast milk is the immunities that you pass along.
Okay.
but-
right.
Yeah, but the formula nowadays, they got probiotics and all the DHAs and fucking all the shit that you need. And
Science has come a long way.
yeah, so far.
Wow,
Compared
I mean,
to
that's just-
1948 when
Yeah.
Coel's dad had the same thing. And
I mean, that's amazing, dude. Like, I mean, people make fun of people that say it's a miracle to give birth, but everything you just said, that sounds like a fucking miracle, dude.
That's
like,
what medicine is, man. It
well,
literally
I mean,
is a
even-
miracle.
Well, even just the fact of the baby coming out the woman,
yeah.
and then like, I mean, just that alone is just like mind blowing. I mean, yes, every species, mates and procreates, but
in
like,
their own ways.
It's
the whole time when I was
something-
in the hospital, because
something
we
about
were
it.
in the hospital for 5 days, because they were trying to make sure her blood sugar was good before they let us go.
5 days
And-
after she was born.
Mhm.
Uh huh.
And we only had 3 days worth of clothes because we weren't expecting to be there. And
Right.
I couldn't fucking leave.
Of
And
course not.
night 2, we were in our room, and it was 1:00 in the morning. We were still in the delivery room that she was in, and they come rushing in and like, "We got to get you out of here. We got to send you to another room because there's
Mom
like
trying to give
5
birth,
girls coming in to give birth, and we don't have enough rooms."
Okay.
And so they sent us to this manor room, and it has no windows. It just looks like a hotel room. And so you don't know what time of the day it is.
Sounds like jail.
It's crazy. It's not as bad as jail.
I know,
It's
I
like
know.
a little hotel room. Like, you
Hey,
got
how
a
was the
TV
food while
and-
you were there?
Great.
It was?
Dude,
Yeah,
the fucking
Mercy has
hospital
great
food
food.
is
Are
awesome.
you serious?
Now,
That's
people
cool.
that work in Three Springs go to the hospital to eat.
Oh, I've heard that
Yeah.
actually.
Dude,
I have
some of
heard
the
that.
best French fries I've ever had in my life.
But I've
They're
also
so
I've
good.
also heard, it's a common
Most
joke,
hospital-
like hospital food is
No,
garbage,
yeah.
but like that's
It
why I
was
asked.
so good.
Okay.
And I got to eat for free because of COVID.
Really?
Yeah, usually it's
because of
just
COVID,
usually it's just the
not because
moms.
you were becoming a new
Well,
dad.
I think it was because they weren't taking cash. And
Ah.
so
Yeah.
people were complaining that they couldn't pay with cash, so they were like, "Well, I guess the support person gets to eat for free too."
That's cool, man.
So
Yeah,
I just
good.
went down and showed my band.
Food
and
was
they just-
good, huh?
Glass
so
half
good.
full, dog.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what I'm talking about.
That's awesome.
It was
man.
a terrible time, but Phil ate for free for 5 days.
Yeah, I'm really sorry you had to go through that period of like uncertainty and fear. Probably. I mean,
It's
like,
definitely tough, man. It's
but I'm so glad she's okay now,
Yeah,
man.
me too.
Good, man.
Still constantly worried
That's
about
who you
her.
are.
That's
But-
why I don't. That's my only fear of being a father is that I am a worry wart. I mean, all the time. I mean, I worry about my wife, dude. Like
Yeah.
when she's walking home from work at night in Durango, because I just know, like,
Homeless people, bears.
well, homeless people mainly,
Yeah.
but like, or just like drunk people walking down the street. You never. But like, I put everything in the worst case scenario for me. So like, I'm really worried about if I actually give birth to a child, like how
You wouldn't.
Kat told me, she's like, you'll be fine, don't worry about it, but I honestly
You will.
don't agree. I don't
You have
know.
to just.
I worry.
It made me realize that you can't worry about shit you can't control. You can't just.
It
sit-
taught you that?
Yeah, you
Being
can't
a
just
dad.
because I've been a worry wart my whole life. Just
Yeah.
that specific
Well, that
that
does come
time
from,
like it.
yeah.
You can't sit there and worry about shit you can't control. You got to just
Right.
wait for that shit to happen
And
and,
that's
then
like
worry
that's
about
like
it.
an idea that I've been working on, like just trying to be good at, is not worrying about things that I can't control for a long time. But I feel like I don't know. And again, I won't know until I have a kid, but I'm nervous that
It's
I'm
definitely
gonna be
nerve-wracking,
just
man.
super worried all the
No.
time.
We may never go camping and do psychedelics again until your kid's like 18 or 16, maybe 12.
No, that's not necessarily true, dude.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Well, the
'Cause, I
whole
mean-
worry thing makes me think of I've been camping with Phil doing psychedelics many times. The reason we're always prepared is because Phil worries about a lot of stuff, and it comes
See, that's
up.
me.
It comes up. Yeah, but in this particular situation, he's actually, you know what I mean? Like he knows what's going to happen because it's
okay.
happened to him before. So it's like he's really valuable to have on this kind of journey. And
Well-
I can only imagine what that's like with a kid because you worry about yourself and us and like every road
Yeah.
trip we've taken, you're planning out shit. You're like, I looked, this is the last gas station for this, whatever. You know what I mean?
Have you seen? I think it's Men in Black 3, where there's that fucking
Is that
alien
the
guy.
Chris
that,
Hemsworth one?
no, I think it's the last one with
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Tommy
And
Lee?
Tommy
But
Lee
there's that
Jones.
guy that like can see all the different possibilities,
yeah.
and he's like,
Yes.
"Oh, this is the possibility," or "This is that one where
Right.
the guy comes in." That's how like my mind works. When something happens, I think about like every possibility,
Bro,
all
The chain reaction.
within
Same,
30.
dude.
When within
Yeah.
a second, I'm thinking about every possibility that could happen.
That's
Like
why
Dr.
everybody
Strange.
calls. That's why everybody calls me paranoid.
Yeah.
Is because I do that
And
too,
I have-
and
I-
then I vocalize it because I'm not scared to look like a pussy. Like
Yeah.
whatever. Like
That's for sure.
I I mean, no, for real though. Like I'm just like, dude, like I just bring up these different worst case scenarios to my friends in certain situations, and they make fun of me a lot of times. But you know,
Well, it's an
a lo-
opportunity.
a lot of-
I
a
bought
lot-
a motorcycle that said Jungle Fever. All my friends made fun of me.
It still says it in my mind.
Well, I got it painted just for the listeners out
yeah.
there.
Hey, what color did you get it painted?
I just got a big
Jungle
black
Fever?
dick where
Did
Jungle
you get-
Fever was, yeah.
No, you got it painted.
Dude,
Jungle
the
Fever.
African American.
The guy
gray.
I bought it from is going to be the guy that's putting on my new tires that I just ordered, and it's going to break his heart to see the Jungle Fever gone. But
It was the funniest part of your
It's
bike.
my bike.
Bad time.
yeah, it's
For that.
dude.
Yeah.
you know-
Did he tell you about up at Molas Pass?
all right, so I rode my bike up to Moles Pass,
Oh my
and
God.
I took a hike to go smoke some weed, as you would at Moles Pass.
Right.
And came back, and there is a giant black dude on a 1400 BMW, and he's parked in the same parking spot as me. You know what I mean? Like he's right
Another
next to me.
motorcycle right next
Yeah.
to him.
And I wasn't gonna bitch out. You know, it was time to go. You know, so I got
You
on my
hopped
bike
up.
and I looked him like I just looked over, and his eyes were just like. And I was like, I bought it last week. I just got on my bike and fucking left.
Oh my god, it's so great.
Yeah, and then, yeah, dude, I've never.
10 years ago, it would have been hilarious.
Maybe now,
Yeah, I
right?
probably would have gave you a
I
fist
think
bump.
it's even funnier now because of all the stigmas.
Of
and
course, because you're a
everything.
comic. But
Yeah.
maybe it's because the Jungle Fever was on my bike or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But I've pulled up, like, stopped at stoplights next to so many black people since I got that bike on the
You
bike.
see the 5 black people that live in Durango.
And that,
Yeah, right.
well, Texas, you know, it was right at the beginning of tourist season.
Yeah.
So there's just people from everywhere. But the most black people I've ever seen in Durango is since I bought that bike. And it's always like
Yep.
parked next to each other at stoplights. And not once has somebody looked at me and been like, dope, man.
Maybe
They-
you just-
they all just like fucking mad dog me. And I'm like, so I just
Dude.
put painter's tape on it and then finally got it
I
painted.
know he covered it with his blue paint or blue tape.
Well,
for a
ask
couple-
Phil, what kind of tape would you put on a motorcycle?
Painter's tape.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
duh. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it was funny watching you ride up on your motorcycle, just seeing 2 strips of blue tape.
I don't care. I'd rather people think, oh, shitty paint or shitty bike than potentially racist.
Also, I think it's a possibility that there's always been the same amount of black people, but you just noticed them more when you pulled up next to him with the bike that
I
said
feel
Jungle
like I
Fever.
know-
I think you were self-conscious.
Well,
It
and
was
I
probably
think I
your
was,
leather jacket with the Confederate flag on the back. That's probably
I'm
what they were.
keeping that,
they were-
but no,
that's
I
just
think-
history.
And I've been riding more and going to different places like Molas. That guy wasn't
Bunch
from
of-
Durango. He was just traveling through, and I was at a very popular rest area
Yeah.
type situation.
Yeah, I know
you
that spot.
So
I know that spot.
That
The
is
toilet
that.
drops like 100 feet.
I pissed
Piss
on the
into it.
trail. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like a gentleman. Just walked out of sight, took a piss, smoked a bowl.
Oh yeah. Oh, I hit it once and you take
I'm
it.
just fucking.
I hit it once and you take it away.
Hey man, this is
Hey, dude, episode 100. This is Phil's episode, man.
when you walked in and put your shit down there, I was like, that's respect.
Of course.
For real.
Are you serious?
I should've taken my green-
I did not even consider sitting
My
there,
green pop
dude.
filter, but it's okay.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I actually switched them because Dave was using that. Yeah.
That's okay.
No,
It's not. It's not my realm anymore.
Well,
I disagree.
Now it is.
This is
It
episode
is
100. This
hey,
is the cheese show.
in my mind, it's always your realm first, dude. Of course I respect that,
Definitely,
dude. I
I
didn't
put
even
a lot
think
of
about sitting
time
there.
and energy in the first few
you're-
before we moved it over here.
And
Phil
Phil,
basically
you're
taught
fucking
me.
funnier than you give yourself credit
Oh,
for.
I know.
Like
I
I
know,
mean,
I
we were
know.
cracking up outside when you first got here, like off air, just bullshitting, dude. Like you're funny. I don't think you give yourself enough credit.
I know.
He just doesn't care how funny he is because he has to take care of a life.
That
The
even
life or the
before
what?
the little life though, I was just. I don't know. I don't think I have the grind in me, man, to be a comedian
If
and
I
to
had
be
a
like
kid-
an entertainer for the rest of my life. I fucking
Fair enough.
can't stand begging people for their attention. Like I want to make money and be in the background and just be the guy that.
No, Phil's going to be my manager.
I want to.
Yeah, you'd be a good manager, dude.
Yeah, I would be.
You
But
probably would.
When
be.
I-
Are you-
I
are you
still
good-
don't want to fucking deal with people, man. That's why
That's-
I just sit in my house and day trade.
That's what I
'cause
was gonna
I'm like,
ask,
I want to be rich and.
So
I
you're
want to be
still
able
doing
to
that Bitcoin shit?
Yeah, dude.
Good for you, man. Yeah.
It fucking.
And selling shit on
it
eBay?
dropped. Not as much. It's hard right now to do.
But you're doing like trading stocks.
Yeah, I'm actually getting into stock trading.
Good for you.
Really?
Yeah. I always thought you had to have $25,000 to like
play.
day trade,
Start,
which you
yeah.
technically do to interim day trade. So if you make a trade at 8 o'clock in the morning and then sell it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon or in New York time,
Right.
if you sell it that day, you can't make another trade, another intraday trade for another week. But if you
But you make a lot of money on that?
if you buy 5 stocks and then sell it the next day, it doesn't matter. You can do it again.
So you just can't do it in the same day.
It's
See-
just a law
see,
because
that's-
people
yeah.
start gambling and they lose all their fucking money. So the government wants you to know that you have enough capital to be able to play.
But
like
who
that.
is the government? If that's your only 25K, it doesn't matter if you lose it all. You're just as fucking broke as.
Exactly.
So who the fuck is the government to step in and say you can't?
It's dumb.
gamble?
But that's why I swing trade instead of day trade. So
And
I,
it's
I
also-
make
What's
I
that
make
mean?
I make trades within the day. So like, or within a couple
Swing
days.
trade, like, is that like penny
You can
stocks?
see.
Or?
So swing trading is like basically stocks are always going to go up and down no matter what. And you
Uh-huh.
can. I use support lines and resistant lines basically, and so a lot of stocks they're always going to kind of hit the same price levels because other people are playing it too. Other people are watching these
As far
prices.
as tops and bottoms,
Yeah, and so swinging basically
Gays.
the gays. Our-
swing trading basically
Love 'em.
means like you are buying low and selling high. So you're waiting for the swing to come down,
Uh-huh.
hit the
Oh,
support
okay,
line,
yeah.
and you know that
The ideal
you
situation.
you have a really good idea that when it hits the support line, it's going to go back up. It doesn't always do that, but if you win 70% of the time, you're still making money.
So it's a gamble.
It's
I mean,
definitely
I've always
gambling.
heard that it's gambling.
It's
I mean,
definitely
I just heard
gambling.
that's like
But
that's
what
how
I'm
rich
doing,
people gamble is with the stock market.
what I'm
right?
doing is I'm building a casino. I'm using math in my favor. So no matter how much I play, I'm going to win eventually. That's the difference between educated
what's
gambling and just
See,
gambling.
Yeah, see, you're too smart.
He did
to
the
do-
same thing with blackjack and hold'em. Like this motherfucker. We went to Vegas for Sean Moe's wedding. It's where I met Sean Moe. It's where I met Katie. It's where I met the twins.
I was
shit.
mostly gambling then.
Y-
It was a little
yeah,
bit of
but
card counting,
you
but I was
also-
mostly gambling.
You also told me, you know, when you were
tastes
like,
good.
"This is good," you know, like this is a
and
good
I was
flow.
like, this is a
And
fun.
we
We need
started-
to fucking leave.
And you told me when it was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hot chick, she showed up. There was this one hot bitch. She's so hot. I think she was black, but super hot, jungle fever. But yeah, we sat down at this one table and we all were winning. Sean Moe was putting down like fat stacks.
Yeah, he made like $300.
Dude, he probably
In-
made like $8,000 on his wedding.
in like 20 minutes.
People,
He made
people,
like
people give you
$300.
gifts, and
Yeah, I bet
I've been
they
married.
I bet they spent quite a bit
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I've been married, and
It was
you
a pretty
get
lavish wedding.
Well, mine wasn't even lavish, but like mine was a backyard wedding. And Kat and I still got like $2,000 in like cash and shit from people. So
yeah.
I'm sure he had money.
So we're in Vegas. Hot dealer. Everybody's winning money. And then this old Korean lady, just the face of death. It was a shift change. She comes out and everybody starts losing.
it was just-
So we just left. And then walked around, whatever, drank more, and then went to another table the hot chick was at, started winning again, and then face of death comes back and everybody starts losing, so we all just left. It was
She's
interesting.
a curse.
Well, and
She's
the-
a walking curse.
She shuffled the deck
Yeah.
when she came in, so
It's new deck.
It wasn't as hot.
Right.
That's the Korean curse right there.
The Korean curse.
You can
Yeah,
you
walking-
can kind of guesstimate. You know, if you see a lot of little
That word bothers me.
guesstimate.
Yeah,
It's not a word, so fuck yourself.
You don't
No,
like that?
it's just yeah.
It's more of a
It
figure of
make
speech.
no because the thing is, it's accurate. It's a perfect word for what it means.
And that bugs
But
you?
I still hate it because
'Cause
it's
it's not
like a
real.
guess
It's the
and an
Neanderthal in
estimate. You know, I just hate it because it's too. It's
Yeah,
just-
but if you say hypothesis, you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
I disagree, man.
Really?
You're,
How often do you say
you're a
it?
scientist.
Dude, I was in 10th grade once in physics, and
Mm.
I ate Kit Kat bars.
Cool.
And I learned about hypotheses.
That's your story?
I'm so confused.
I am
I
too.
don't understand what's happening.
All I know is I
What
hate
does
the word
Kit Kats
guesstimate.
have to do anything with like in my
No,
physics class
you
we
know-
built a hovercraft and like a
Listen,
roller coaster.
Halfway through what I was just saying, I realized I'm fucked up and I'm doing bad.
You're already fucked up.
Well, I'm a little drunk.
We're 29 minutes into a
Hey,
podcast.
I'm fine.
This is episode 100, so I guess that's what I hope
Yeah.
for.
Dude, you asked me to be fucked up for this podcast.
I said we're gonna get fucked up. I didn't
no, you
show
said,
up fucked
you said,
up.
listen, Dave, you better be drunk for this.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah, you walked in to Steam on your day off. You looked at me through the kitchen window, and I was like, you better get drunk now, Dave.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. I could
exactly.
see that.
I was busy. I didn't say that.
Do you have to shit still?
I could shit.
I could piss. I
Yeah.
think since it is episode
I
100,
could
there
smoke a
may be a
cig.
couple breaks on this episode. Just be aware
Yeah.
of that. And it only affects me because I have to edit the video. So
Aw.
we're going to take a quick break and enjoy this track by Ethan Esparza and the Chava People. Wake up.
Yep.
What I'm doing wrong, I ain't gonna fake right. I don't get no sleep because the music takes night. Nocturnal life with my basement lights. Just roll some nice, keep my drink on ice. If you don't get it once and you don't hear it twice, moving on this beat right here is out of sight. I'ma stay away. Stay away.
All right, we're talking about our Phoenix trip with Drew Mitchell, the three of us and Drew Mitchell.
Yep.
And Dave did something to him while he was
I
sleeping.
didn't really do anything to him, man. Like, it's just like.
I think you could have been way worse.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like,
There was no Sharpies.
he passed out, and I
No-
talked about
Nobody's
doing that.
balls went into his
I
mouth.
talked about drawing something, but there was no Sharpie available. I remember that. But like I just placed objects on top of him while he was
Oh yeah,
sleeping.
there was like a lotion next to his
It was, like,
hand.
everything,
Made him look
yeah.
like he was masturbating.
I took a picture. I gotta find it.
And it's all because he was being
But,
who
like,
he was the whole weekend,
got-
a responsible adult who owns a house. He's like, you know
I'm
what?
gonna go to sleep.
I'm going to drink some water. And we're like, pussy. Well, I was.
Well, you know what he said the next day, and it made me laugh in my head. But like he was like, dude, the only time you could put like you could do something like that to somebody that's sleeping is if they fell asleep with their shoes on.
Bullshit.
It's like, no, I think you just made that up, dude.
That's a great
Maybe
excuse.
that's a fraternity excuse.
Well, I feel
don't
like
know.
I think
people-
that is. I've heard people say that.
I feel like people
But-
who fall asleep with their shoes on are excessively fucked up. Like, somebody that's a little more sober is going to kick their shoes off at the very least.
Right,
Never
right.
passed out.
So
with
I
my
think
shoes
it's
on.
yeah, I think it's just like if you're so fucked up you fall asleep with your shoes on, we're gonna do
We're gonna
stuff
fuck
to
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so I understood his point, and I actually apologized. I was like, dude, sorry if that offended you,
But
but I just thought
Could
it was
have been
fu-
so much worse.
I thought it was fun. Like, just it was. I mean, we were fucking drunk. Like,
We were giggling like schoolgirls.
And like, just like putting the lotion,
lotion on
in
his
his hand and then just like piling his body with shit while he was sleeping. I was just seeing how much I could get away with putting on him.
Your guys were sleeping in this woman's bedroom, and she was out of town, and you just decided to move her shit and put it on Drew.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know who would offend more, Drew or the person that actually lives there.
I never met her.
Man.
It's like I really wish somebody didn't come in and touch all my shit.
Dude, I gotta find that picture, dude.
Yeah, you got to find it.
I probably have it in my phone.
That was
right
a great
now.
trip. That's when
That
you
was
came up
fun.
with most of your homophobic material, which
I'm not.
I love it when you tell.
It's not homophobic. What's
Well,
that?
Some people would argue.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. One word
Nowadays-
in particular.
Nowadays, what, faggot?
Yeah, that's the one.
That don't
A
say
faggle
that.
of balloons.
That's better. See, Phil
Look-
covered his ass.
Yep.
That's dad moves
Yep.
right there. You got this
Faggle.
Polish Neanderthal nonsense going on in front of us.
Yeah, dude. Like I got updates on the 23andMe
Yeah,
recently.
I heard that.
And it said,
You're mostly
it said
Nathandriel.
it said you have more Neanderthal than 88% of people.
Such a big number.
That's huge.
I
dude.
probably do too.
Oh god.
Kind of short.
Yeah, Phil had
Hair
hair
all
on his
over my-
shoulders when he was 17. Are you
Dude,
hairy
look
or
at
no?
this shit. Look at that shit.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Phil's
though.
part wolf.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't have that. Is it on your back too?
Everywhere.
Like a
Everywhere.
pelt.
except for right here. But I'm just growing back in.
dude. Like the one
How's
place
the
you
laser hat?
look at
Let's
this
see.
shit.
Update. Holy shit.
put your head.
It's still.
Yeah, it's going, baby. It's going.
But it's coming back.
Definitely.
The laser hat.
Compared to how we were in how it was in Phoenix. Like it was.
Oh, was it
fucking
worse then?
bald right here. It was like nothing.
I just
Oh,
remember
wow.
we went outside to go smoke a bowl, and Phil came out with this laser hat on. And he was like, "There's like a battery pack in his pocket."
We
I
weren't.
remember that.
Wasn't
day,
gonna be able to laser hat the rest of the night.
But I'm always
it's my last. I want some luscious, beautiful hair, and it's my
Dude,
last.
so yeah, have you tried anything else?
I take like was it biotin? It's like
Yeah,
it helps.
but what about like 4 hymns? I think I heard.
It's basically Rogaine.
Oh,
is what
okay.
it is. I can buy it.
Okay.
I've tried Rogaine. I fucking hate how it feels in my hair. It's like foam, and you can't like shower
it work?
afterwards. Yeah, but you have to do it every single day, and it made my hair look. It just fucking weird. I didn't like it.
Okay.
So
Have you thought about just shaving your head?
Yeah, totally.
Uh,
But my mom bought me this laser hat for my birthday, and so I was like, "Well, I'm gonna fucking use
Yeah,
it." And
yeah.
it seems to be working.
I remember that. You had that in Phoenix, dude. Like, yeah. I thought it was hilarious.
that's
but
discipline right there.
I thought it was funny until I actually learned what the fuck it was, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just growing my hair out so I can do a little bit of a comb over, so it's not as
I was gonna
bald
say,
back
you
there.
got long hair.
Sick.
You got long hair for a bald guy.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about that.
Just kidding.
Just the straight back comb over.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Does your family have a history of going bald?
Mine does for sure. I have
Really?
my mom. It comes from your mom's dad. That's where.
Really?
Yeah.
And my
And-
mom's dad is nowhere to be found, so I have no idea about him.
My
But
mom's
all
dad-
the
Must
men,
have had beautiful hair.
all the Nystroms, fucking great hair.
My mom's dad's dead, but he worked at Alcatraz.
Mm.
Is
Is that
was
where
a
he
prison
died? Or
guard.
no?
No, he died like kind
Cancer?
of shortly after. No, dude, stroke. 53 years old.
Did he
drank-
smoke?
That's young.
Smoked.
I
he
don't see a
drank.
guard at Alcatraz not smoking.
Dude, no, he was not a very good person.
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean,
You think
like,
he sodomized anybody?
I don't know about that. I don't mean that. I mean, like, he was
That's pretty
a
bad.
terrible parent to my mother.
Ugh.
And, like, just,
You think that's why she's religious? Was he religious?
no, he was not. No, he
you
was
think
a piece
that's
of
why
shit.
she
Dude,
was?
Like, I got
Oh,
pictures.
it was your dad that got your mom into religion, right?
Exactly. Right. Yeah. So like she met my dad and then they, got together and then like she just followed his religion full force. But my grandfather, he was before he was a prison guard at Alcatraz, he was like a soldier in World War II and he fought in Japan, and I got these pictures at home of like him and the people like in his whatever it's called.
Platoon?
Whatever it's called, yeah. Like holding up like dead Japanese, like just heads,
It was
just
just kind of
Japanese
the
heads.
thing
Well, there was no
Like, he
internet
was
for
very-
one.
very
And
violent.
when it becomes an us versus them situation, there's pride in that. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Vietnam was the same
But
way.
that doesn't justify
People
him
had fucking
being
earlobes on necklaces of people that they've killed.
That's right. I know. Yeah, exactly.
That's
but that
next
don't
level.
justify him not being a good parent. You know.
Yeah,
like,
that dude. Now
Yeah,
that
but-
I am a parent and I see people being shitty, even before, I had friends who were just fucking asshole parents, and
I
it
can think of a couple.
drove me nuts.
Yeah.
It fucking drove me
Even
nuts.
as not a parent, when I
because
see
they're
that-
just little babies that don't know anything.
Yeah, people
okay.
that have kids and still act like they don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, oh, you have drugs? Cool. Like, you have your 5 kids or whatever. Like,
Dude, being raised religious, and not being like I mean, I hate to say it. I hope my parents never hear this, but I don't feel like I was like I think their religion took control,
Precedent.
and they weren't like they didn't do the best parenting. I heard the best parenting advice the other day. I was working. It was 2 days ago. Working. I had a table. There's like these like 12, 13-year-old boys, and they were just starting to act up a little bit.
Dicking off. Yeah.
And the dad said, "Hey, don't be an asshole." And they stopped. And I was like, that's really good parenting, actually, dude. Like,
That's what you would say to an adult.
it's something my parents would never say because for one, they wouldn't curse, and for two, well, my mom would, but my dad wouldn't. But like for two, it's just like the whole thing that the word asshole implies. Like, I mean, it's a perfect word to use.
a place where shit
actually.
comes
It's
out
a
of.
perfect
Yeah.
word to say. Don't be this.
You're basically saying what you're doing now, shit is being created.
Yeah,
like,
people don't like what you're doing right now. Stop it.
I think
Yeah.
people.
thought that was
think
great.
people have a hard time just explaining to kids, and they're just like, it's because I said so. No, don't
That-
yeah, what
fuck
if those
off. I
kids
said
were,
so.
I was raised.
Instead of just
Yep.
explaining, like,
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like if my kid starts doing heroin for some reason, I'm
a leg up?
gonna be able to talk to her better than a lot of parents are gonna be able to talk to their kids about.
Just from like a little experience.
Well,
Yeah,
just think
just-
about like how our parents reacted to
what
weed.
is going on? Why do you feel this way that you need to hide behind?
Sure.
Because I get it, dude. I've
Yeah.
I've
See, I wish-
hidden behind
Man.
drugs, like, because when I was doing pills, it was the only thing that gave me a happy feeling.
I agree.
The only
I
thing that
understand.
gave me any kind of euphoric rush.
Right.
Everything else was just dull.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah, but do you think that's possibly a symptom of the pills? You know, like once you felt that rush, maybe
Definitely.
nothing else
It numbed
compared
you.
to it.
definitely.
It numbed you.
But there was
Because life
there
has
was a
peaks and
reason
valleys.
that one experience was like the best thing ever. Like my parents were so against drugs and that counterculture.
Uh-huh.
They wanted me to go to college, and I got in trouble for weed. Like
Yeah. Got kicked out, right?
yeah, my mom kicked
Lived
me
in
out.
your truck.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And
That's about the time we reconnected.
I just I don't know. There's an underlying emotion that makes you want to do drugs and escape that emotion,
And I'm not.
And I just feel like I'm gonna be able to talk to her about that better than my parents did, because it was just no.
Yeah, the
you're
key-
a fucking piece of shit.
the
if you
key
do
is
drugs.
honesty, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I'll never forget this, dude. Like when I was younger, like probably early teens, just kind of almost like in passing, my mom and I were just having a real discussion. One of the few, maybe the only real discussion we ever had. And she talked about how she had smoked weed when she was younger, and it fucked up her life. She was just trying to like teach me, and it was good and real. And then like a few years later, when I was like 17, we were having like a fun conversation, and I just brought that up, like
because
about
you felt like you were on this level, right?
Well, yeah,
that you
I
could
thought we
bring
were-
up anything. Yeah.
Exactly. I thought we were just cool to talk and have a girl conversation. So I brought that up, the fact that, she smoked weed when she was younger, and she immediately started denying that she ever had smoked weed. And then I referenced the conversation we had. She completely denied ever saying it. And from that moment on, I think I lost respect for her.
connection.
Like, and we had issues, and like I ended up leaving in the middle of my senior year, when I was 17, I left the house because my mom, we just could not connect. We could not get along, and I just attributed it to like her just not being able to be real with me. Like listen, you opened up to me.
My dad kind of did the same
before.
thing. He told me that, I've tried weed before. It just kind of made me dumb and blah, blah,
How old
blah.
were you?
And then 13, 14.
Right.
I got in trouble at one of our buddy's
17?
house. Huh?
17?
No, 13 or 14.
No, when you got in trouble?
Oh, no. It was 13 or
Right.
14 when I got in trouble because I was drinking beer at one of my friend's house. And we got caught for some reason.
Because
my dad was like
trying to drink beer casually.
Yeah, we had.
Wait, was it by the cops?
No, it was by
parents.
like parents.
Okay,
we took
okay.
3 beers and mixed it with grape juice and shared a pitcher of 3 beers and grape juice, and we're like, well, we're so cool.
Right.
And then
Sounds
my
awful.
yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah,
I mean, but
sounds
at 13 it
gross.
was cool.
No,
it
you
was
feel
like,
fucking
course.
metal.
we drank
Yeah.
Well,
3
at 13,
beers and
you'll drink whatever
yeah.
alcohol you can get.
And my dad was like trying to be cool and was like, what happens when somebody tries to offer you a joint? I smoked weed once and it made me dumb. And then like a few years down the road, whenever he was suspecting me of smoking weed, he said, I'm going to find your dealer or I'm going to break your legs. That's what he told me. He said, I'm going to break your legs so you can't fucking go to your dealer's house.
Whoa.
I thought
it's
he
like-
was going to find your dealer and break his legs.
No, he told me this was before he knew the
Right.
other kid that I was smoking weed with at the lake.
Uh-huh.
This was like when he thought I was smoking weed, and he told me he was gonna break my legs so I couldn't go to my dealer's house. And it was just like,
To be fair, that other dude was like a heroin addict, right?
right.
So
But
wait, did you bring it up to him? Like, but Dad, you smoked. And
yeah,
did he
I think
not?
so. I don't remember
Oh,
if he
okay.
denied it or not. But it was just like it made me want to lie to him because I was worried
Oh.
he was gonna break my legs.
Does
Yeah.
anybody
So I
need
just-
a beer?
I need to pee.
Right.
We can
Finish
keep
this
going.
story.
Yeah, I was just. It made me want to lie to him about
Okay.
things because I was worried he was gonna break my legs. He
Did it form a distrust?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, like
I have a similar.
because that's what happened with me and my mom. Like,
Yeah. Go on.
it just sucks because like I want my mom to be my best friend,
Right.
but she's really just not the friendliest person, and B, like there's that thing that happened in my teens where when she denied ever talking about smoking pot,
Lost all trust.
and just like the fact, like think about how silly that is. Like she's denying to the core that she didn't smoke weed. Like it's not that big a deal, but
But in Georgia,
it
super
just-
illegal.
it made me not be, I think it made me not be able to fucking trust her the same way ever
and then you
again.
started lying and sneaking
I never
around.
started lying to her, man.
But-
I just did my thing, but I left. I just left the house.
In her defense, I feel like. So you had the conversation about her smoking weed a couple years earlier, right?
Right.
Right. So maybe she felt like you weren't at that much risk, like this isn't really going to affect him. Maybe she had a day where she needed to confide in somebody.
Right.
Who better than her son?
You're right.
And she just fucking let it out. And maybe
Right.
she's regretted it ever since. And then you finally brought it up and she was just like, nope. And
Yeah.
obviously I feel like that's the wrong decision. I feel like honesty, up until like 10, 12, you got to lie to your kids. Like
A little
life
bit,
is
yeah.
fucking messy.
Sure.
It really is.
Sure.
And not just for people that do
But you
drugs.
need to
and-
explain to your kids
Yeah.
why they're
Their
getting
actions?
in trouble
Yeah.
or why, you know what I mean? Like,
my mom didn't.
you can't fuck. Yeah, I mean,
was
neither
straight
did my
punishment.
parents. It was just like,
Yeah.
because I fucking said so and I don't want to explain myself.
My mom.
Yeah.
And I love my mom so much.
they were
But
fucking
when I'm-
young and it was a different time.
Right,
different,
but when I'm talking to my dog, I use some of the same word. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's dog training almost. Just like, no.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. And I love my mom very much. She did the best she could. I'm her oldest, first kid. It
My mom was
had to be
17.
She's an
terrible.
awesome mom, dude.
my
Like,
mom was 17 when she had me.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mine
Wow.
was 18. Yeah. My
Really?
dad was 20, I think.
Damn, my mom was 30.
Yeah, because my dad, he got held back in 8th grade or something. So he was the same. He
Tight.
should have graduated when your mom did, I think is what happened.
Then
or
they went to school together?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you guys have known each other since you were babies?
pretty much.
Daycare.
So,
And then you hung
memories.
out for a while, and then you didn't, and that's why you said earlier, like, you reconnected
No,
at 17?
so in high
that right?
school, freshman year, I went to freshman year at the same high school as Phil, Piedra Vista in Farmington. And then, you know, my mom was kind of going through some marriage shit, and I was...
With your dad?
Stepdad. So
Okay.
my parents got divorced when I was very young.
Who was cool and an asshole at the same time.
Who, the
Bob?
stepdad?
Yeah, English Bob. And the regulators, what's up? But yeah, he was my stepdad for like 10 years, you know?
Do you like him?
I don't want to talk to him.
All right.
Like,
Fair enough.
dude, I'm in my mom's corner
Yeah.
100%.
It was
So they had a big
it was
blowout.
messy.
Oh, they had a big blowout.
Well, it was, there was
sorry,
probably,
I didn't.
it was a 10-year marriage, and there's
Lots
probably,
of fucking shit.
there's probably 4 years of like, don't we get divorced? You know what I mean? It was rocky and it was good, and it was
That's
rocky
not
and it was
good.
good.
That's not a good relationship.
But you gotta respect the try. You know
Of
what I mean?
course, 100%.
A for effort, whatever.
I've been married a long time. I get
And
it.
not to get too personal, but like a tragedy that happens, like
Yeah,
it messes up relationships.
for sure.
It's really hard to.
You mean like a death in the family?
Yeah, just like something really bad happens.
And
it's-
it affects the
it affects
husband
everything.
and wife.
Yeah, it
Uh-huh.
makes there's tension.
And my
Right.
little
Right.
brother died before he was 2. You know,
Oh,
that's
really?
a tattoo on my back. Yeah, but
Damn, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
so that created
I'm
a lot of
sorry,
tension.
dude. I'm sorry.
Well, it's episode 100. We gotta let it all out. You know what I mean?
That's why I
I'm
didn't want
about
to get too
cry.
personal.
I
but,
know.
like,
Well,
but
you brought it up, Phil.
I know.
I
just
kind of
kidding.
forgot that detail in the whole
yeah,
situation.
that can't
so
be
I'm glad he
good to
brought
a
it up.
relationship.
Man, I'm really sorry to hear that.
And
I
honestly, since I moved
imagine.
out of my mom's, like me and my mom were on the rocks, and me and the stepdad, you know, I didn't give a fuck about him really.
You were
just
younger.
because, well, yeah, I was 15 to 17,
angsty years.
and it's not that I didn't give a fuck about him, but I was so focused on myself, and my mom was really all I thought about, you know. And so when things got rocky, I was just straight in my mom's corner, you know. And
Yeah,
my little brother
100%.
died.
No.
I went to Albuquerque, literally saw like his last breath. It was rough.
How'd he die? Did you
Uh,
mind fast?
Yeah, it was just a
All right.
tragic accident.
I'm
you know.
sorry, dude.
There's no
Yeah.
point in bringing up
Okay,
details.
no problem.
But
Sorry.
yeah, he died very young, and like I went and saw him in Albuquerque. Just rough times. And then after that, yeah, it got really rocky, and it was before I graduated, before I was technically an adult, you know. Like I graduated at 17, so I couldn't really like move out and sign a lease or anything until July after that. And then me and Phil got a house or whatever. But like tension built, and whenever my mom was just like telling me what was going on and was like, it's over, you know, then I mean, I'm on that team.
Cut all ties with that guy.
Well, yeah,
Of
I'm on that
course.
we
team.
were
Of
working
course.
for him. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Yeah, that's actually when I quit. Yeah,
Mhm.
so Phil quit a little earlier
because he was an
What-
asshole.
what
because he
business?
was a
He was a fucking asshole.
construction.
Okay.
So yeah,
He blamed me for a fucking demo saw that got stolen out of a truck
Yeah.
that wasn't even back there when I went.
Did he not? He didn't trust you?
No, he
He
so
was looking for somewhere.
They
He had a
wouldn't.
bad
He
day.
wouldn't ever get us a fucking porta potty on location, so that we could just go take a shit. So we had to drive down to the nearest 7-Eleven to take a shit.
What? 7 to 11.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
that was.
God.
This is the closest.
Yeah, it was the closest
It's
bathroom.
called
I remember
7
this
it's called-
location.
It's
Yeah,
called
and-
7-Eleven, not 7 to 11.
In
No,
Farmington,
there-
it's 7-Eleven.
There's two different.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you call it the
Are you
7
bullshitting
deuce.
me
No,
right
I'm,
now?
I'm
No.
telling you,
Oh,
in
No, we call it
Farmington,
7
it's
deuce.
7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Farmington's so ghetto. All right. Please keep going. That's hilarious.
From the guy from outside Atlanta. Yeah, go on.
Dude, ours, we got 7-Elevens.
Right.
Right. That's more ghetto. That's less digits.
I don't think it. There's
Whatever.
there's come and go. There's so many different fucking.
Yeah, but 7-Eleven doesn't even have a cool nickname. The 7-2-11, 7 deuce, baby.
it's open from 7 to 11.
And there's cameras everywhere. It's a
And
terrible place to sell
horrible
by
You
weight.
guys can
Horrible
justify
place
where
to
you
shit.
grew up. You guys can justify where you grew up all you want.
Anyway,
All right.
so I took the company truck to go shit, and then came back, and somebody was like, "Where's the demo saw?" And I was like, "I don't think it was back there." And
Oh.
then Bob came and was like, just started cussing me out. And
Were they
and
thinking it was in the bed of the
It was
truck?
in the bed. Yeah, they
And
thought
so,
it was
like,
in. Then somebody
when you went
jacked
in,
it when
yeah,
I went.
Right.
And so he just starts yelling at me right away before, and even asking me anything. Just
His
starts
stepdad?
telling me I was fucking retarded. He's like, "You're
What?
fucking retarded, mate. Anybody would have taken that demo saw and put it in the truck." And I was like, "It wasn't fucking back there when I got here." And he's like, "That's fucking bullshit. My 5-year-old daughter would have known to take that fucking thing and put
Fuck
it in
him.
the
I would
truck."
have quit right there.
And I was
dude.
like, "I'm done. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
good
I'll
for
sell
you.
weed."
Good
Fuck
for
it.
you.
I went back. I called.
Good for you. No,
I called my friend at Radio Shack and was like, "Can I come work? Can I
Nobody-
come back and work at Radio Shack?"
Nobody
She's like,
deserves
"Yeah."
to be talked to like that.
And I
dude.
was like, and then they went inside and looked at the tapes, the security tapes at 7 to 11. And there wasn't any fucking demo saw back there.
7 to 11.
Yeah, but
Oh my god.
I know who stole it, but I'm not gonna say his name.
You do?
Yeah, he punched me in the face once.
Say his
now we
name.
know.
Yeah.
He's probably in jail.
I hope so. He's a piece of shit.
That's where he was always talking about how he liked jail more than, like, he was constantly.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah,
huh?
he was
Yeah.
like stoked
Three
to
hots in
go
the
back
cot.
to jail. Like he was,
Yeah.
he
Sees
was
his
always talking
friends
about the next way that he was going to go back to jail.
like an idiot.
and just constantly stealing from the company, and he would like tell me about it like to
But
be cool.
great fucking
and
carpenter.
it was your
Great
stepdad's company.
Yeah,
And he told you.
right. But
What
great
an
carpenter.
idiot.
But
that
yeah,
table
so
out there,
I worked
didn't
for
he build that? The
yeah,
coffee table?
yeah, the coffee table. He built that.
No
The guy that
shit.
gave me this scar on my lip built
Wow, one
Yep.
and the same.
that. Yep.
Wow.
But
he's a good carpenter.
yeah, so I was working for my stepdad, and then my mom and him broke up, and he like pulled me aside one day and just like gave me this super disrespectful talk about my mom, and I was like, I quit.
You can't
Good.
talk about
Like,
my mom. I
you
don't-
think I'm in your corner, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
what a fucking
it
idiot.
doesn't matter how cool you are. You have to show respect to my mother.
Of
You know what I
course.
mean? Like, God, I love my mother. She's
I do
listening.
too.
I
Yeah.
love you, Mom.
I love you.
She watches on
Love you,
YouTube.
Lisa.
Love your
actually.
second mom.
Yeah,
She's always been my second mom.
yeah. And Phil's mom is my second mom.
Yep, I got
And-
one of those. I
yeah.
got one of those. Yeah.
Word. Well, I gotta take a piss and get a beer, and we're gonna listen to more of the song "Wake Up" by Ether Esparza of the Chava People.
And we'll be back.
I'm rocking every stage until I get a bigger check. Even though I hate, wasn't ready for a bigger step. Pull the trigger next. Somebody coming at your neck. I could have died today. That's why I'm smoking cigarettes and got precision set of skills. And imagination, creations, innovating with motivation. I'm chasing my goals. Giants that I be racing. I'ma stride through the finish like a 6'5" Jamaican. Beating my chest like, yeah, what my name is. Ink on my chest, what? My homie spray painting. Summer day, smoke, skate, PlayStation. He looking down on me and I can't stay patient. I ain't just trying to say shit. Sit back and face this real.
What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful that you allowed me to be the co-host
I
in
couldn't
your
have-
absence.
I wasn't going to be like, no, fuck Dave.
Well, no, you said that all the
I
time.
do say that, but not realist, not like truthfully.
I know.
It's more.
But no,
it's more like a fuck James thing.
It was.
We love James.
Yeah.
It was just like something y'all guys started. You guys have been friends your whole fucking life, and so for you to allow me to, be
Well, dude, I
really
put
appreciate
a
that,
giant
dude.
fork in my road with not pulling out.
I get it.
It happens.
I do it
really
all the time.
does happen.
Every time I come inside a woman, I'm like, worth it. You know what I mean?
It's something. There's definitely.
But I haven't.
It's better than
I haven't had the
pulling out
repercussions.
for sure.
Yeah, it's
That's
way
'cause
better.
she's on birth control, bro.
Yeah,
It doesn't always work.
it's
I
true.
know.
There's
My
there's
wife
a
ain't
percent chance that it doesn't
Dude,
work.
me and
but
Kat-
IUDs are pretty.
We've been playing the pull-out game for 10 years, dude. Never on birth control.
We
once.
we did too. I pulled out. Because the hormones fuck with her. The birth control just fucks with her.
Well, that's
Right.
what I'm
and she
worried
hates
about.
it.
Yeah.
So it was like, we used condoms for
Well,
a
just pull
while,
out.
and then and I pulled out for a long time, and then I
You're
thought
at
I
the top
was
of the Grand Canyon.
I thought I was sterile, honestly, because we just had been fucking so much for 10 years, and
Yep.
I was just like, well, I might not.
That's how I kind of
And
feel
just
right now.
Kind of
So-
for a year,
Yeah.
I just kind of was sloppy about it, and just
Yeah. It's
not like I would be like, I'm gonna come, and she would say okie dokie,
yeah.
and
I've never done that. No,
Dude,
I
it-
just bust a nut.
yeah,
Like a gentleman.
It's gotten to the
it was
point.
magical. We
It's
were at
go-
the top of the Grand Canyon.
Oh, for
Literally,
real? That's where you
I could have
conceived
thrown
Kai?
a rock from our hotel into the Grand Canyon.
That's where you conceived your baby?
Mhm.
Oh,
That's why her name's Kai,
Yeah.
because we
Wow.
hiked down the Kaibab Trail
Oh, okay.
the day
Kat,
after.
Kat wants to name, if we have a son, she wants to name him Kai. And we talked about it 5 years ago. Like, so I love that. That's her name,
Yeah.
Um,
Did you know that Donald Trump's granddaughter is named Kai? Kai
well,
Madison?
never mind then. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what Quill
I'm
was
just
like. I'm okay. It's
Dude,
not like
Speaking on this,
Not a deal breaker.
No.
Like Jungle Fever painted on the side of my Harley. If it runs great, it's
Right.
not a deal breaker.
it still says
it is a deal breaker.
It
You
still
painted
says
it black. you painted
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a deal breaker.
Well, I had it sanded off first.
Okay, but still,
I still see it.
$300, so worth it.
that's a good
To
price.
not look like a racist.
Yeah,
Like,
like I said, 10 years
How
ago,
does that,
it
dude,
wouldn't
that
have been
looks,
a
That does not
issue.
look racist. That
never
looks the
once
opposite.
did a black person look at me and be like, great.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Right now,
Every time they were just like,
right now,
How
it
dare you.
doesn't look good.
Dude, that's the same thing as BLM.
even my redneck uncle was like, it's a real shame you're riding around a bike that says
That's 'cause he's
Jungle Fever
racist.
during Black Lives Matter.
That's because he's racist.
No.
No.
Maybe
you don't
on the
say
inside.
That, you don't say that with much confidence. I was joking, but you made me think.
I know. I have family members who were like, I'm not racist, but these nigger riots are getting out of hand. I'm like, but that's why they're mad. Family member. I'm not going to name you, but
Yeah, you can say whatever you want
Yeah,
during
Julia,
an impression.
it's not you.
That's the thing.
no, yeah,
I was
it's
just
a
hoping.
family member who's racist.
That was
Yeah.
a direct quote. It was the only one.
Yeah, and they're not. This person is not racist.
Not
really.
hateful.
Not like, but
Ignorant,
they don't
though.
understand that that's why everybody's pissed off is because you called them nigger riots.
Was the person you're talking about, were they raised in one specific semi-remote area
Oh, yeah.
their whole life?
Bloomfield.
Both of our families.
I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying I understand why.
No,
'cause, yeah,
They never.
that's why they would
They've never felt systematic
say
racism
something like that. Yeah, exactly.
in their life. Like,
See, growing up like where I did, like, because I grew up like like the town outside of Atlanta, but so like I dealt with a lot of racist people all the time. Like it always made me uncomfortable, like because like these older gentlemen especially would always like just say these racist things to me, like jokes or whatever.
And you're white, so
Becau-
they were like,
well, becau-
right?
Well, because I'm white,
Like
And
a
they-
wink? Like, right?
They thought because I was white,
Yeah.
I was just gonna
You agreed.
agree with it. But but then like I also worked in downtown Atlanta for a long time, and then I had a bad drug problem where I was in downtown Atlanta like every single day for a lot of the time, like
You
so
talked
like
to a lot
I
of
had
black people.
different. Well, it's just like it was just like so different because like Atlanta and the rest of Georgia is completely opposite. So, but because of where I lived, I experienced one thing, and then because of my lifestyle, I experienced the other thing, and
Right.
it was just kind of a mind fuck. Like I mean, just like seeing these older guys and ladies, but just talk all this racist shit when you're out of town, But then you go and
Into the
I
city.
don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know what I
I
was.
feel
No,
like
I get it.
I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of what we're seeing right now is echoes from the counterculture in the '60s, and like
What do you mean by that?
so my grandparents, they were hardcore. My grandpa was in Vietnam,
Uh-huh.
and so they were hardcore against the hippies who were against the
war.
war and
Right.
for civil rights. And now it's the liberals. The liberals are going to ruin this country.
Right.
Not the hippies, but the liberals are going to ruin this country.
Uh-huh.
And it's like this older generation that were 20, 21 and 69.
We're still alive.
They're still alive, and
Right.
there's just like this echo of that counterculture then, and they're kind of like grabbing onto that now.
And it's
And
amplified.
it's the liberals, and the social media is amplified.
Yeah.
And
amplified
Trump
it.
is great at social media,
Mhm.
especially for
Pretty
like
much the only thing he's good at.
hard
I'm getting-
Republicans.
I'm getting fucking bombarded by Trump ads on YouTube now
Yeah.
because of how I'm
'Cause
so
he paid for it.
I'm so in the middle.
Yeah.
So everything I look at is
I feel you, dude.
And with Biden as his competitor, when my family is like,
I don't want to fucking
so y-
vote this year.
I know.
Again, I'm not going to fucking vote
when
this
my
year again
family's like,
because there's nobody to vote for, and
what do you think about like Biden's dying basically
yeah,
on
and he's
camera?
a fucking pedophile.
And they're like, okay, yeah.
But
I didn't know
Donald
that.
Trump is a fucking idiot.
yeah.
Donald
It-
Trump's probably a pedophile too.
He is.
hung out with
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Did you hear what he said about
Yeah,
Ghislaine
he
Maxwell?
wishes her
Yeah,
well.
I wish you well. I don't know anything
He
about her. I
wishes
wish her well.
Well.
Yeah. The
Fuck that
dumbest
guy.
thing to fucking say.
Yeah, but that appeals to a lot of the country. I think this really shows us how dumb a lot of the country is. And
No
it's
shit.
Or
I think-
easily brainwashed.
to Dave's point, it's a lack of fucking, what's the word I'm looking for?
Understand.
Experience or just exposure. Lack of
Yeah.
exposure to other races and
Right.
whatnot, because like where our parents grew up, let's be honest, there's not black people in Governor. There's not black people in
Right.
Blanco. Sure, there's Mexicans and they're racist towards Mexicans and Navajos or whatever, but some of my best friends growing up were Mexicans and Navajos. Like,
Right.
when I'm looking for friends, I'm generally looking out of the white race.
Dude,
Like,
it's-
they're
it's
more
not-
interesting.
Yeah, it's not the external that makes me judge a friend.
Agreed.
It's what I see inside.
Yeah,
dude,
but
you know?
that's friends,
But-
right? But think about our parents who grew up in these
Well, they
very
had-
white areas.
Yeah.
And my whole thought on where my dad lives, because it's right by the reservation, racism is based on traffic. Because white people are the majority there. Most of the people that are fucking up in traffic are Native American. So I think their racism is strictly based on like shitty drivers.
No, that's-
and there just happens to be so many more Native people than white people that it's just gonna happen where you're like fucking Native or whatever, you know?
Well, what's funny about that is just that is universal, dude. Like wherever you go in the country, if you're in traffic and
Right.
somebody like
People are
makes a shitty
prejudiced
move,
up here about people from New
It's just
Mexico.
like it doesn't matter
I
where
am.
it doesn't matter where you are. If somebody cuts you off,
Yeah.
you're gonna look at that person and be like,
Fucking white dude.
or
Old lady, Native,
course, an
Mexican,
Asian.
Yeah.
you freaking N-word or whatever like that. Wherever
It's so
you
rare
are,
around
peop-
here. I've never said that in traffic.
People will say that. Like it doesn't like, but I don't know. But I guess you're right. Like I
But-
mean, where you grew up, I mean, like that's what it was.
I think
was like-
racism is based on traffic. Because that's like the highest like
I like
Not
that.
only that, like my family,
So
it's a
much
good
more than
premise.
that.
they see
Mhm.
protest as riots.
Right.
Like there's a protest going on, they're calling it a riot, not a protest.
Right.
And then
Even
the
if
left,
it's a peaceful protest.
yeah, but
Mhm.
they're watching Fox News, and Fox
My
News
parents
is making
the same
it.
as yours, yeah.
The Fox News is making it seem like they're all rioters and they're all burning down buildings, and
Right.
that's why they need
Even though
fucking
they're
Trump's
standing up for
goons to
civil
come
rights.
in.
Yeah.
I've had many older family members bring the all lives matter argument to me.
Ugh.
Like, I just can't stand the Black Lives Matter because all lives do matter. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
You're
that's,
not.
that's
getting
not
the
what they're
point,
saying.
dude.
They're saying,
Yeah.
you know, like,
In addition to all lives, these guys matter too.
It-
Black lives
they're
matter.
not
too.
excluding
Like,
anybody. But to be
Oh,
fair, there's
it's so
some
frustrating.
not everything in the Black Lives Matter movement is above board. Like, there's some sketchy shit going on for sure. But yeah, man, Black
it's
Lives
just-
Matter.
This time we live in is fucking weird. There's so many variables
And cameras everywhere.
and cameras. You don't see the context for a lot of videos. You
Mhm.
see 15-second clips,
Mm-hmm.
and like, I don't know. It makes me want to get away from people more.
That's yeah, and I mean, I wanted to go to Phoenix, strictly career decision, you know, just do fucking comedy. But
Yeah.
after COVID, like, it makes zero sense to go to a
We
more
gotta wait. We
populated
gotta
area.
wait a little bit. I think.
I'm waiting another year. Next
People are
next winter.
Have gone fucking insane on
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
sides, left and right.
But if
Oh,
you
of
put
course.
people, you don't put baby in the corner. You know what I mean? You put people in a box for months and months. Literally, it's like martial law shit. There's not, or well, there are tanks in some places, but there's not tanks at our doorsteps yet. But like,
That's what I don't understand about my family that support Trump. Like, this is an authoritarian dictator moving federal cops into two cities.
soldiers.
Yeah. That are not identifying themselves and taking peaceful protesters off the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't see a wall of fucking cops going down the highway when people are hijacking trucks.
Yeah.
You only see them during peaceful protest.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
fucking
unprecedented.
Trump sent out these soldiers to move peaceful protesters out of the way so he could walk across the street and take a picture with the Bible. And it's so politicized now. Everything's politicized on both sides.
Well, what
It's-
about him also?
Because it's also an election year. There's fucking
Mhm.
COVID.
And he's behind right now in the
Mhm.
polls, so he's doing extra steps to try and fix his
I think
image.
he's
I think that's why
digging himself a hole.
I think the reason that he even just like kind of like completely, what's the word, like just turned back on everything he's been saying. Like he just recently said like, COVID's going to be around for a while. Everybody should wear masks. Like he's been saying the opposite of that this whole time. But now that he's behind in the polls, he's saying these things.
Yeah, but Fauci also came out and said they told people not to wear masks initially because they didn't think they would have enough to support hospital workers and
Okay,
whatnot.
well, that's a different motive, though.
Right, but you can't tell the public that it's not necessary to wear masks based on
and
a
then
supply issue.
make it a law.
The better thing would be to say everybody needs to wear masks. Please don't go out and fuck up all the supply. Like, just make your own mask or whatever. That would have been the right thing to
Well,
say.
they
But
could
he
say,
literally
they could say
said
that all day, dude.
But
People
he
ain't gonna
literally
listen.
said we don't need masks because of the lack of supply.
When did he say that?
Like right when COVID started.
Okay. Because I've heard him say the opposite.
Right.
Since then.
Well, he changed his tune
Uh-huh.
when maybe the science got better, but he literally told the people he lied because of a lack of supply. He told it publicly, in a press release.
Anthony Fauci said the reason he said that is because the hospitals were running low on masks, so
Right.
they couldn't afford to.
No,
I'm saying they couldn't afford for everybody else to buy masks when they were
when the
running
supply is low.
They were running
Right,
low.
like toilet paper.
That's fucked
Maybe
up.
and maybe he saw the toilet paper crisis, which, I mean, wash your ass, whatever, you'll be fine. But maybe he saw that, and that's what he based his decision on. But he came out and admitted that he lied to the American people, which, as the person that's basically in charge of telling us what to do with this quarantine, he's the president's fucking advisor on
Dude, the president
diseases.
and him don't get along anymore.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean,
Well.
we're all still wearing masks. States are getting shut down.
You need to wear masks, man. The masks
That's fine.
are helping.
I
I
agree.
really think they are.
It helps.
Like the people.
I get what everybody's saying about rights. I get it.
Same.
the right.
But why not all come together as a country? We're just so fucking divided. You can tell people's public or political affiliation by if they're wearing a mask or not.
Well,
you know?
now it's technically mandated, but you can still go
still
into
see
gas stations in this town, and everybody's got their mask down. And if you walk in with a mask
Every
up,
day
all
Coel
the
gets
employees
yelled
put
at.
their mask up.
Every day Coel gets yelled at Birds because somebody's in there saying that she's stepping on their rights. She's just like, I'm just fucking doing my job.
Dude, we're following the fucking law, people. Like, if you're going to a
It's the
restaurant, in
only way
Colorado,
they stay open.
Yeah, how? Dude,
You want to go out to eat?
Yeah.
You got to wear a fucking mask.
It's crazy. We live in a fucking South Park episode.
And these people that are
No
bitching
shit.
about wearing a mask to walk to their fucking table.
That's it.
I have to wear a mask 8 hours a day in front of a fucking pizza oven.
That's right.
Go suck a dick.
Yeah.
Like, just to have employment. It's not awesome. It sucks.
I tell my tables that, dude.
Yeah.
I tell them,
It
like,
fucking
guys,
sucks.
Like, they would start bitching to me. I'm like, guys, I know this is not ideal. This is really rough. Like, it sucks for me too.
Yeah.
And then I move on with it, dude. And like, usually they at least pretend to understand where I'm coming from. But like, I mean, yeah, they complain, but what are we gonna do, man?
The answer is it's the way to stay open.
Well, also, not only that, dude, it's just been kind of proven. Like, I mean, the states that have been more like
Adamant.
about wearing masks, they're not having spikes right now.
Yeah.
The states that
Weird.
don't give a fuck, like
Florida,
Arizona,
Texas,
Florida, Texas, California, like they are spiking because people are rebelling. Just openly rebelling instead of just being like, oh, whatever. I guess I could do this for the betterment of everybody.
And California,
Like, I mean,
people
it
think
can
is
only help you, dude.
yeah.
Like,
California, people think is very blue, right? But
right.
all the big
dude,
cities are surrounded by country.
where Joe
So,
Urell lives
yeah.
and where my aunt and uncle and my grandma lives.
Literally
it's
everywhere outside of the cities are farmers
Mhm.
and whatnot because it's a great climate for farming and whatever. But these people are rednecks. Like, rednecks grow your food. Rednecks grow your cattle, whatever. And those motherfuckers don't want to wear masks because life is hard enough. And they might forget a mask or...
What pisses me off is the people that don't want to wear a mask for the sole reason that they're being told that they should. You know, like, it's like...
But that's American,
it's
Dave.
An American thing, and I get it. I mean,
bullshit.
That's what I'm saying,
I'm American,
though.
man.
I get it.
I'm
But
American.
how do you...
I wear
We're
a
getting
mask all
lied
day.
to from both sides.
Yeah.
We don't...
Sure.
What the fuck do we know?
The system's fucked.
about
What's the harm in wearing a mask, though?
I get it.
Like,
I get it.
How-
People think it's a slippery slope.
And I feel like they associate it
Yeah.
with China, which is basically a dictatorship. Like, before COVID, who did you see wearing masks in Disneyland airports, any populated area?
The smart people, Asians.
Right.
I think that's more of a cultural thing because they don't want to get other people sick.
No, I think,
Yeah, they're
but I think
considerate
Americans
of other
associate it with
Communism.
a dictatorship. Yeah, communism,
Socialism,
basically.
even though they
Yeah.
support a fucking dictator.
And, you know, any American that's been in a war, which is a lot of the voting people, let's be honest. Like, a lot of young people don't vote. And why? Because we have shitty fucking options.
You give us 2 options.
And they're garbage. And they say you can vote for the independent candidate, which is usually the
It's moot.
more logical
Yeah, but it's
candidate. Right, but the people that say, you know, you can make a difference 20 years in the future, if more people like you vote for this person, then maybe there'll be a third party or whatever.
moot. Right.
But all the older people who have lived through so many of these elections understand that you're either right or you're fucking left, and a lot of it's based on taxes. A lot of it's based on things of that nature. The Democrats want to tax more. The right wing wants to fucking have oil and gas and fucking money. And the left wing is against that, but we need money.
Yeah.
And we also need vehicles to get to work. And
See, I feel like I relate to tenants on both sides, the right
That's what I'm
and
saying.
the left.
I sit
We're
in
in
the
the middle,
middle.
Doc.
But in this situation, like, because I haven't, honestly, I'm ashamed to admit it, but I haven't voted in a long time. But I am very much, like, motivated to vote this year because even though I agree with tenants on both sides, I'm going to vote for the dude that is...
Not Trump?
That to me seems less out of their fucking mind. Somebody that's not as egotistical and just thinks they know I'm not trying to get,
he's basically an entertainer.
dude, everything he does is just to make himself look good no matter the situation. I mean,
Yeah.
the motherfucker.
Anybody who can't admit they're wrong. But that's the thing. Biden, I can't
Biden's
fucking vote for
not-
him
I know,
because...
I think Biden's
he-
better than Hillary, though. Is what
For sure, but
I-
he's
'cause
still business as usual fucking
I
Democrat.
just want to get this guy out, dude.
I
is
get
all.
that.
That's how a lot of people
I
feel,
don't
and I think
feel-
that's almost an issue because
But
Biden can
Give
barely
me a
carry his
fucking
sentence.
better option. And not even that, like,
We don't have it right now.
again, it's fucking politicians who's only been in the political world. They've never been in the real world. You know, he wants to take fucking gun rights away. And I'm for gun rights.
I'm
But
never
I am
giving up my
for
guns.
I am
but-
for having
okay.
a high capacity magazine.
Fair enough, but what matters more? Being able to have a gun or your leader of your country being so volatile
I agree.
that he can fucking cause a World War III in 2 seconds with his fucking stupid
Yeah, but
fucking
Give me
mouth.
give me a better option.
Think about
I know,
Biden
I
having
know.
a conversation with another fucking
Biden,
world leader.
dude, he'll fall asleep. What's
exactly.
the big deal?
That's not good.
That's better than
It
fucking
shows-
talking shit.
No, it shows weakness
I
to
know.
any other country. If he talks to Vladimir Putin,
Dude,
you
that's
don't
why-
think Putin's gonna want to attack us?
Okay, so let me ask you this then, because I've been wondering, and I've been thinking about that. Like, what about if Biden had like a
gangster
badass
vice president? They haven't
Yes.
announced that yet.
I know they haven't. Yeah, but like, what if he comes out announcing this? Like, I mean, I would like Andrew.
You think it's
Yang,
gonna be a
but
woman?
Probably
A
just.
black woman?
I mean, this.
That would help.
Yeah, but
A
like,
gangster ass young
but like,
black
you need
woman
a good
vice president?
You need a good vice president
That'd help a lot.
Who the fuck cares what he does, dude? He's gonna croak.
Yeah, but he has veto power, bro, and he's the one people want to talk to as far as
I just rather him with veto power than Trump, dude. Trump, that guy is fucking out of his mind.
I get it. All I'm saying is the decisions are garbage, and
I agree.
it's a symptom.
These are our two best people.
Listen, it's not ideal. I understand.
It's a symptom of our shitty system, and Trump is obviously not the right or the safe decision for the Republican Party, but he basically trumped them all, for lack of a better term. He won. He got the Midwest and the middle of the country on his side.
Yeah, but
he
promised them that he was going to drain the swamp, and all he did was put different alligators in it.
Yeah.
He drained it and put different fucking. It's like, you elected the corrupt businessman,
if
the
you wanna
corrupt business reality TV star.
He's been bankrupt 7 times.
If you want to see just how
all of his money came from his dad.
If you want to see how bad of a guy he is and how bad of a president he is, look at all the people that have either been fired or quit under his administration in the past 4 years. It is unlike
unprecedented.
Substantiated. Yeah, it's unprecedented. Yeah. I
got you.
I mean, seriously though, I've never seen
he's just as corrupt as any of the other corrupt Democrats, and that's what everybody was like. Oh, he's gonna come in and clean house,
dude. Yeah.
And there's gonna be no corruption, and he's gonna cut taxes for the middle class, and all it did was
it's full of shit, dude.
All you do is you borrow more money from the Federal Reserve. You know that money is coming from somewhere. Even if when you cut taxes, the American people are still fucking paying for it because we're getting that money from somewhere else, and it's coming from the Federal Reserve, and you just make debt out of debt.
Well, that's true. My more worry is just his personality.
I agree. I'm not saying that's why I'm not going to fucking vote this year, because it doesn't fucking matter, and I'm not even going to waste my time.
Yeah, fair enough, man. I haven't voted in a year, so I can't argue
I voted
that.
in the primary. I voted for Andrew Yang.
I loved Andrew Yang, dude. I loved Andrew Yang. He was so cool. That's who I
kind of give me a fucking Republican who's more in the middle. Colion Noir, that black fucking NRA guy. You know,
he's a gun guy, but very what's the word reasonable.
Yeah,
he's an extremely reasonable human being. And his argument for guns is extremely reasonable as well, because he grew up in a place where you might need a gun to protect your family.
That's like Killer Mike.
I mean? Yeah.
Have you guys heard Killer Mike talk about
guns? On Colion Noir's podcast.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Perfect.
Because
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, I should be able to have a 30-round clip if I want to. 4 or 5 of them.
I agree.
And I get people are like, oh, you're going to have to take out 60 people. Like, have you ever played a video game? Have you ever hit somebody with one fucking bullet every time?
Have you ever shot a gun?
Most of them hit the brick wall behind the guy.
That's what I'm saying. Why do I, a law-abiding citizen, I'm not allowed to have a 30-round magazine it's a magazine. It's not a clip. A 30-round magazine to defend myself against a criminal who has the same thing, because they don't care. They don't care they're breaking the law.
So let me ask you this then. Do you think you have that right because of the Constitution?
Yeah. The Second Amendment.
Even though back then there was no 30-round clips.
Right.
You still think...
But it's what America was founded on, man.
I'm just asking.
Right.
I'm not...
But these people literally... The people that founded America saw their homeland basically be taken over by their government.
It wasn't their homeland. They took it over from somebody else.
Not America, their homeland.
Oh, England?
Yeah. So basically government rule, whatever. They saw the fucking downside to like full government rule. So every citizen should have the right to protect themselves.
I get that. Yes. But as far as the magazine capacity, I mean, like,
right.
Is there no give or take with that? Is there no give or take? Like,
now that is illegal. A possibility that people have 30-round magazines.
Right.
Why can't I, as a law-abiding citizen, have that to protect myself against somebody who's coming against?
What if they just cut it down to 15?
Would that bother you? You can still get 30-round clips illegally. You can still get 30-round magazines
Well,
illegally.
You get anything illegal.
Exactly.
We
And what if-
all know
so
that.
why do I have to make it harder for me to defend myself
Why
against
give
somebody
the criminal the upper side?
Yeah.
I understand.
you
follow
make
the law.
something illegal, criminals are going to take over.
I see what you're saying, man. I mean, yeah,
Like
again,
drugs.
you seem very happy about that.
I'm
Yeah,
just
it's the
saying.
same thing.
It's the same thing.
No, you're right, though. I
You make
get it.
shit illegal, there's a market for it. So people that are willing to break the law to feed that market and profit off of it are going to take over. That's just what happens. That's where cartels come from.
For
That's
sure.
where gangs come from. Prohibition. Fucking
No doubt. Hell's Angels. Like last
exact.
night.
Well, that came from like war and PTSD and need to find like a balance where they felt like they had freedom. There's a whole thing.
Oh, okay. You know much more.
Hunter
about
S.
that.
Thompson wrote a book on it.
Yeah.
He
Well,
hung
he
out.
he
What the
hung out
hell's
with
it?
them. Yeah. I love that guy. It was so cool meeting some real Hell's Angels.
Yeah, Dave met Hell's Angels last night.
It was
Nice.
awesome. I mean, for the first time
Well,
ever, because
he
like
served him, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Waited on
There's
him?
like 6 of them, man. They all
Are
had
they on
the
their
full,
cuts and everything?
Dude, they
Yeah.
had on the full like a leather vest
Cuts.
with.
That's
what's
what
it?
they're called.
It's called cuts.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. I don't know, but because like I'm from Georgia, man, and like, I mean, there's shit out there.
More
but
rain,
it's more like
yeah.
Mexican mafia type
Right.
shit out there where I was.
Cocaine.
But I've never seen a Hell's Angel in real life, so it was so.
I think they're more in the meth business, right?
and
Meth and
I
guns.
think so, probably. And
They're-
can't-
I've never.
I don't know.
From what
I don't know.
read is all.
I just always heard they were dangerous. You
Yeah.
know, and dude, they were the nicest people. Like I said earlier, dude, like this one guy, he's like, I'm gonna get the fish and chips, and I was like, okay, no problem. He's like, usually I'm vegan, but I'm gonna have fish today. I was like, okay, like you didn't need to tell me that, but
Pescatarian,
the
son.
fact that you told me that, it's funny as fuck. Like
Yeah.
I'm very happy about it.
Just like
I
a
didn't know a Hell's Angel could be a
Hell's
vegan.
Angel on a diet. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a funny concept
Oh,
for
dude,
sure.
they were so nice, dude. They were cool.
Yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to not be in a motorcycle gang.
Yeah.
Shouldn't.
I have one
You should start your own called Jungle Fever.
right. Yeah, I have one friend that's in a motorcycle gang and like
Is it dangerous?
he keeps trying to get, like it feels like he's getting closer and closer
To
and-
what?
to me.
Oh, he wants to fuck
I haven't
you.
seen him in a while. No,
he wants
I
your
feel like
butthole.
he's like gonna proposition me.
Did he used to be a model?
You know who he's talking about?
No, he's kind of a big deal. He's a treasure.
That's funny.
Yeah. Have
I
you
saw.
seen
I
Sons
saw.
of
His,
Anarchy?
I saw his transition
Yeah. No, me too.
from when
yeah.
What?
he
you
was just like a hippie guy, and then he got a motorcycle and become.
No, he was a model in New York first. So grew up in
How old is he?
the South. He grew up in the South. He's like 32.
Yeah, he's probably
32.
3 or 4 years older than
Yeah.
us.
32, 33.
My age.
Yeah. But he was a model in New York. I think he grew up in the South. And
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah. Interesting cat. He was a model in New York and
He had long hair?
no, short hair like cheekbones, son. Cheekbones.
What do you mean?
Like
Model cheekbones.
model cheekbones.
Oh,
He's
just
real
chiseled.
skinny.
Chiseled.
Vogue.
He was
yeah.
chiseled. Yeah,
And-
I got you.
Then decided he hated himself, so he became like a super hippie and like grew out dreads and was just like
And then
the
everybody hated him.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
He was a little too much hippie.
He was an asshole the first time I met him, and it just made a bad impression. And
Oh, okay.
He's the kind
I
of
got
guy.
all 505 on him like I did you. Like,
So-
don't
It's okay.
fucking talk to me like that.
You know how
Yeah,
we
yeah.
talk shit to our friends?
Uh-huh.
He's the kind of guy that talks shit to people he doesn't know.
Just
you know,
like-
like
talking
first
shit
impressions.
right away.
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm
So
gonna pee again. You keep talking.
and he's also a big dude, so he's a little bit intimidating.
Like
but
tall?
Phil wasn't scared.
Tall or
yeah,
fat?
he's tall and
Tall and
he's
fat.
good shape type of guy. But yeah, then he became the super hippie, and then he bought a bus and lived in it for a while, and the whole thing, just mooching fucking lift passes off everybody,
Uh-huh.
and then he bought a Harley, and I feel like this is where he belongs. You know what I mean?
Durango, you mean?
Because it's like the balance of like there's
Where'd you know him from? Like Farmington?
from here.
From Farmington? Or
No, Durango.
Oh, Durango.
Durango,
Okay.
yeah. He was roommates with my ex-girlfriend.
Oof.
Yeah. But we're still friends, you know what I mean? And I'm still friends with my ex, but we just don't like hang out. you know.
All right, fair
But,
enough.
yeah, I met him through her, and he was going through his hippie phase, but then I found out about his model phase. No, I actually met him through my buddy Vic when I was a lifty, whatever. But I found out about his model phase, Googled those pictures, laughed hysterically, and then he was super hippie. Then he bought a Harley. We used to ride dirt bikes together, but yeah. Then he
and
bought
he turned
a Harley.
into like a legit
like a legit
biker gang dude.
I feel like he found his perfect balance between like I think he might be making, you know,
he found his voice.
money through the club and stuff, and like he's a driver and whatever. But like there's an outlaw aspect that I think balances him out, you know?
Fair enough. All right.
That
Dude, like
he's
I
not
said, he
crossing
found
too
his
many
voice.
lines. Yeah.
Like he found what worked for him.
I really think so.
Fair enough.
And motorcycles just seem to like obsess his mind. Like his bike, mine has an 88 cubic inch engine in it. His has a 128.
Jesus.
And it is so expensive and just nasty. Nasty.
Talking to the wrong dude, man. I don't know anything about motorcycles.
It's just ridiculous, you know?
fair enough.
Like it makes my dick tingle.
I just don't want you to die because I've had friends do that.
So that's how I feel about guns. Is it's cool to customize. It's like a car. It's like having a collection of cars. You know, like it's become a
Well,
What, guns?
cheaper.
it's cool to have.
Do you have a nice little arsenal?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah,
my
Phil.
my sister does too. Honestly, like that's cool.
Do you get along with your sister?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
She voting
Yeah,
for
dude.
Trump?
We go shooting. Probably. Yeah. You know what? Oh, this pisses me off so bad.
That's the
dude.
thing.
Sorry.
If shit
You-
hits the fan,
You know, no, but
you
know
guys
what
are gonna
she's-
come to my house.
Yeah.
This
Trump
is-
supporters.
This is gonna anger you guys. I hope as much as it angered me. She said, "I'm voting for whoever mom and dad tell me to vote for."
Hashtag Trump.
Bitch. Yeah, like
Yeah, Trump took a picture with the Bible.
She's like, I don't know anything about politics. I'm just gonna vote for whoever mom and dad vote for. I'm like, that's not good, dude. I wonder how many people around the country.
I understand
said
if
that.
you turn 18 in a
If
voting year
She's
and you
20.
do that.
She's like, I don't know. Sunday 26. I don't know. She's
Yeah,
like,
not old enough to make her
she's,
own
old,
decisions.
she's like 30, dude.
But yeah, I think if you turn 18 in a voting year, I understand that. You know what I mean? Like you're uneducated.
It frustrated me. I'm like, dude, just make a judgment for yourself.
Right.
You know?
I
But
think
anyway,
we need
no,
to.
we get along. She's awesome. Every time I visit Georgia, she takes us up to these.
Shooting
We go
range?
to a different shooting range. Me, Kat, and my sister Erin. Erin actually took us skeet shooting. Have you guys ever done that before?
So many times.
Really?
I have
Oh,
a
cool.
shotgun by my bed.
There's a
Do you
place.
still have the thrower?
Yeah.
We should go.
The
We
spring's
should,
missing, but I
dude,
bought a
yeah.
hand thrower.
There's a
Nice.
place in South Atlanta that does the skeet
Just
shooting.
go out to Blanco.
It was awesome.
Out
Yeah.
where
Dude,
I
I
used
got a
to-
box of clay
That
pigeons and
shit's
3
fun.
boxes of shells. Let's go do this.
Let's go shoot.
Let's
Yeah.
take the kid.
Why?
Because
But
Maybe
why,
when she
though?
gets a
'Cause
little.
Phil's
What
gonna-
is she gonna get
no,
out of
Phil's gonna feel bad if he leaves the kid with Coel for 4 hours because it takes an hour to get to Blanco. We're gonna shoot
as long
skeet
as
for 2 hours.
as long as we
Right.
schedule it appropriately. 'Cause
I was
we're-
just thinking, take
Okay.
the kid. Somebody sits in the truck with her.
she gets
Yeah.
feisty when she's not doing stuff. She's
Yeah,
gonna be a
hen-
fucking.
hen-
She wants to move out of the house already.
Hence that middle finger in that picture, dude, is
I'm
awesome.
gonna be when she's
Well,
able
Phil
to.
told her about you, and she was
And
just like,
yeah. Nah, yeah.
I thought that was funny.
He put that as a profile picture though.
she's like, Brad's doing this
Right? Didn't he?
podcast with a
Yeah.
retarded Polish dude.
It's all good, dude.
Yeah, but
Oh man.
No, if we just schedule
we're on
it.
the same level
can go out.
intellectually. You know, she's 2 months.
yeah,
I'm 34.
I haven't shot
so-
my guns in a long time. I really need to.
yeah. Next time I go through Farmington, I'll stop at East Main Pond, see if they got 223s. I'll get some 40s,
Give 5.56.
5.56.
Oh
'Cause
shit!
mine
5.56.
Mine shoots both, and the 5.56 is just a little
Cheaper?
more. No, a little more
Poppy.
poppy.
More poppy.
They're just funner to shoot. They're basically the same. You can feel the difference though if you put both of them in the magazine together.
I want to put that in Dave's hands and make sure he never points it at anybody or a vehicle. But
What do
you
you
know,
think I'm gonna do?
He'll
Just
enjoy
kill
it.
somebody? You really
on
think-
accident, maybe. That's my concern.
No, dude. I'm so paranoid. I could never do that, dude.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Goddamn right.
I don't think you have any evil intentions.
No, and I'm
not worried about his intentions. I'm worried about nervous reflexes.
Well, that's
like
why
whiskey throttle.
I wouldn't.
That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about whiskey throttle on a gun.
I'm not gonna point it at anybody, dude.
Good call.
I would be scared of the situation that could arise.
That's good. That's why you always treat a gun like it's loaded.
So it's like what you were saying earlier. Like when you, in any given situation, you think about every possible like bad scenario that could happen. I do that too, so I would never. Oh yeah.
I've
mean,
been watching TV shows
even-
lately where people like hand people guns and they're like across people's faces to
No.
like look at it. And
I can't do that.
Why would you do that?
I can't do that. I'm scared to do that.
You can't shoot
dude.
anybody in the head if you never pointed at anybody's head. You know what I mean?
I do.
That's
like,
why kids need to shoot guns
Yeah.
and know how to.
Agreed.
You know, my daughter, when
100%.
she sees a gun, she's gonna pick it up and fucking make sure it's not
she's
loaded.
gonna shoot me.
Yeah,
No,
she's
she's
gonna
not gonna
fucking
shoot
check
you.
the chamber.
She's
gonna
gonna check
the
it.
clip.
She's gonna pull the clip out, and she's gonna keep her friends away from it.
That's what I
because
did.
her
Yeah.
dad taught her how to use guns.
I was just making a joke because I was saying her dad also taught her fuck Dave.
Yeah,
I hate
no.
Dave, so shoot Dave. No,
It'll be a
I'm
joke.
I just joking.
Well, I literally, when we were kids, like 8 to 10, could just grab a 22 and walk
masturbate.
to the river.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just take a 22 to the river and a couple sodas.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like a BB gun to us.
Yeah.
22 kind of technically is
You
like
still
the
kill
most,
If it goes
somebody
through
with
your
it.
flesh,
but isn't it like the most real gun that is like a BB gun? Like it's the least
it's the weakest gun, basically.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Yeah.
Definitely. But you still kill somebody. It's actually the best gun to have in an
What about a
apocalypse.
44?
44 what?
I don't know.
Mag?
Derringer, 40. I don't remember.
44 mags revolver pistol.
Oh,
and
that's
that thing is
different.
fucking
That's
huge.
different
That's a
than what-
fucking hand cannon.
That's way different than what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Fucking-
No, I remember shooting a Derringer. Like I thought it was a 44, maybe not, but like
40,
I sat
45.
off
One of
my
those.
my best friend's back porch.
Was it a pistol?
It was small, dude. It was like that
Probably
big.
a 44 mag or a 45 long Colt.
But it was called a Derringer is all I
Mm-hmm.
know. And I shot it, and I didn't shoot it high enough. I fucking shot the house right behind where we were.
Shouldn't
And we
be
all
shooting
just...
near a house at all.
Always shoot away from a house.
Dude, I know. Okay, I've always thought back on that.
Was this in Atlanta?
I was, yeah,
Oh.
and I was a teenager, and it was stupid. And
See, we
it was-
grew up shooting
I
in the-
shot
In
right
the hills where
and
there
I
was
hit-
nobody around.
I hit the house, dude, but luckily nobody was home, dude. Like, whoa. I thought, like, we left. Like, we all thought the cops were going to come. So, like, we just all left. But, yeah.
Different experiences.
So stupid.
At least
though.
you
It
didn't
was
put
so-
a gun to your head and pull the trigger like Jacob Jonas.
What an idiot.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
That was the BB gun.
I know, but he was like, I pulled the trigger a few times.
But
Nothing
if it
happened.
was a 22, he would have been dead.
right.
Yeah.
No, his words. I pulled the trigger a couple times. Nothing happened. So I cocked it, put it to my head, and then was like, hey, guys. And then shot
And
himself
that's
in the
when
head.
I realized that when you pull the trigger back, it loads another round into it.
Yeah, and when Jacob said that, that's when I realized that, oh, this guy is not smart.
That's why kids need to know about guns.
Agreed.
I love Jacob.
Yeah,
kids-
Jacob didn't shoot guns growing up. That's
Yeah,
the
dude.
best
Why
argument
would he?
you can make.
Dude, Jacob's got gas chambers. He doesn't need guns.
Whoa.
Look at him.
Powerful Jew joke.
Look at him. Just kidding.
You guys want to take a break?
Yeah, let's get off
Yeah.
the political shit and talk about drugs when we
That's,
get back.
yep,
All right,
yep,
we'll be
yep,
back.
yep. So, I took an autism test online the other day because I've been wondering. And it said, like,
You're right there.
yeah, I'm right there, dude.
Right
like,
there.
yeah, like it said, like, between numbers like 31 to 34, you're like on the spectrum. I got a 29. But it was just an online test. It wasn't like from a legit doctor, so I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, but the whole point of this is for me to let everybody know I'm a fucking idiot. All right?
Nah.
I know I'm not, I'm the sweetest person in the world to some people.
Right.
Not to everybody, because only the people that deserve it get the sweetness.
That's fair. You are like super considerate, like as a friend. You
I'm
know
thoughtful,
what I mean?
man.
Yeah.
You really are.
You're
I do
extremely
think.
thoughtful. Drunk Dave, whole nother story.
That's right.
Drunk
That's
Dave
why-
is kind of a piece of shit.
That's why I apologize for that Arizona trip and like why I told you guys that was like the first or the second time in like 10 years of being with my wife that I had gone on like a road trip with friends
You
and
should-
like had
Like a boys'
trip.
I let loose.
You should really only apologize to that poor girl at the golf, Top Golf.
Golf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You're
you were
really
kind
an
of a
asshole to
piece
her.
of shit to her.
I was.
Yeah.
Was that really?
I feel like at some point we had to interject.
Well, you guys definitely interjected.
Yeah.
I remember that. I
Yeah.
didn't realize.
Because I didn't understand what you were saying.
Oh,
and-
really?
Yeah, because
You know who? Okay, time out. I blame Lisa for that because I woke up and she immediately started feeding me
Mimosas.
Mimosas, yeah.
Right,
It's
but-
not
and
really
you-
her fault.
you drank
It's-
all of them.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, just like a motorcycle, you only go as fast as you twist the throttle.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
yeah, you goddamn right,
Yeah.
dude. It's not Lisa's fault. I'm totally
You
joking.
twisted the throttle all the way,
I
and then
fucking-
you got in front of a complete stranger and started
Oh,
roasting her.
that was the
while
oop-
she was doing her job.
Yeah, I
so
know.
you don't want water? Well, I guess if it's gonna be a fucking problem, then I don't want water. She's
Was
like,
that-
so you do?
Was that the Uber driver
That
that
was
was,
the-
Chinese?
Yes, I was about to say that. That was the Uber
There was
drive-
literally
Baby,
signs
Kat,
on
do you know-
every headrest that said, "I do not speak English. Like, please don't fucking talk to me." Basically,
No, it's just Well, what happened was
You just didn't understand.
I was hammered. I got in and I started talking to the driver, and like
And
after
immediately
like
I told Drew, I was like,
after
Dave
like
can't read.
after like 2 minutes,
that.
Brian was nice enough of a friend at least to tap me on the shoulder. And I looked at him and he pointed to
I
the
was
back
gonna just let you go
headrest.
because it was hilarious.
well, I was the last person in the car. I was like hugging my mom,
Oh
and I
my
bet
God.
that's when you and Drew started
I
joking
figured it
about
out
it.
when he didn't
Oh.
understand what your mom was saying because
Right.
we were all fucking off and
Yeah.
trying to finish beers and weed.
Brian
Like a
tapped,
gentleman.
but Brian tapped me on the shoulder, pointed to the back of the headrest, and it said, "I do not speak What did it
English.
say? I do not speak English."
Please don't yell at me, maybe, because you were fucking yelling.
I was excited.
Not like a dick. You
I
were
was
yelling
being
in
friendly.
an excited manner.
I was being friendly, but I was being
But there was
stupid.
no response. You
How
know,
was your
like-
day today? He's like,
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, it wasn't good. And then I remember being a little hostile to somebody at Topgolf, but
It was the lady that was introducing us to the experience. She was like, "Here's
Oh,
how
man.
this works," and you were just like, "So can I get a?"
everybody was like, okay, so how do we get beer? They're
Yeah.
like, let's show you how to play golf
I
first.
think I was the first person to say that. I'll
But
take
we want-
responsibility for
we
that
want
part.
beer first.
Yeah.
Like, how do we get alcohol?
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
I'm almost positive I was the person that was like, "So can I get a beer?"
I think I was the most responsible because I wasn't drinking at that time.
Well,
'cause I
Drew
felt
was
like
very
shit.
responsible.
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm gonna get a water and a salad. I'd just like to maybe some chicken on it. I'm gonna just build up to this day."
Yeah, because the night before we went and saw Joey Diaz at the Tempe Improv,
And then went to
we
the
got
worst
hammered.
strip club in the world,
ever.
and then ended up in
The worst strip club ever.
yeah.
Dude, it was the best strip club in my opinion.
It was a
because
4-car garage.
I was able to give him my leftovers from the restaurant.
No,
and they
your
just-
leftovers were stolen from you.
You think so?
Yeah, they were
By the
like,
strippers.
Somebody, the
Well,
bouncer ate
no,
it.
the guy at the door was like, "Oh, he's gonna forget this. Once he walks inside, he's just gonna get the fuck out."
Yeah, that's
Like,
why
can
he
I-
was like,
Can I please
sir,
bring my sandwich in? He was like, I guess.
Yeah, $20.
No, he said no. He said no. I got to take that. You can get it on your way out.
Oh.
And I gave it to him.
That's sketchy.
And then And then by the time we left, I
And then we
forgot.
basically sprinted out. Yeah, so
Oh, it was the worst place ever, dude.
If you guys would have stayed, I would have stayed. But me and Dave were talking to the girls about, getting a bottle and going out to the parking lot. And I
Oh,
turned
yeah.
around and I saw Drew and Brian just leaving. I'm like, well, I guess we're leaving.
Yeah. Yeah, because they were trying to convince us to stay. They were like, "You guys can always go get some alcohol and then drink it in the parking lot,
Like,
and
we
then
don't-
come back in."
We don't have a car. Like, even better. Like, drink in the parking lot.
Dude. Yeah, that was.
And it wasn't like hidden. It wasn't a
And
wraparound parking lot. It was just facing the street.
no, yeah, exactly.
And there was one car.
They made $100 on us. There's 4 of us, and we each paid
80,
25 bucks.
75 or
Yeah.
something like
However much Drew paid to get his $20 out of the
ATM.
fucking
Yeah.
ATM.
Yeah.
And then plus my food, and then
We were in there for a minute and a
and
half.
then we were a minute and a half.
that. Phil
and-
took a piss.
I had to
and-
go to the bathroom just to bring myself back to
I went to
baseline. I was
order
like,
a
oh,
drink.
This is the worst strip club I've ever walked
Oh,
into.
yeah.
I had
I've had
a
some
very.
I've had some amazing strip club experiences.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
I
See,
was
I'm from
with
Atlanta, and I
Coel.
still haven't. Like I don't. I just
Coel-
don't. I don't like strip clubs.
Coel
really.
will,
Strip clubs are different with if you have a woman with you.
and it's
so
a,
interesting.
I've never
if it's a high
experienced
class
Yeah.
experience, like Vegas, I don't know. It's just like a high class experience. You know,
Where
like,
was the first place you went with Coel in Vegas?
with my dad?
Yeah. What was that called?
The Glitter Gulch.
the Glitter Gulch.
Not so
Is it on
not
the-
so high class.
but you had a good time,
But
right?
my dad kept feeding us dollar bills,
Right.
and then he would disappear for hours.
It was a free experience.
I'm like, I'm almost convinced he went to a hotel with some chick. and
Or
then
maybe
came
just
back.
got a blowy in the back. Well,
That's very
that would have
possible.
been 10 minutes. Let's be honest.
He was gone for a while.
She's a professional.
And then he would just
Yeah.
pop back up and give Coel $100 in ones. This
No,
Yep.
they had
she
to
was
walk
like,
to the street, get a car. Yeah, that's ours.
was a great
Yeah.
experience.
Hell
When
yeah.
was this?
I took my dad to NASCAR
Cool.
in Vegas. It was fucking super cool.
Tell him about the drugs.
Yeah, tell me about the drugs.
So
Drugs are awesome.
the night before NASCAR, it was the strip club experience.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't get back because we stayed at the Stratosphere because they had a shuttle.
Is it on the strip?
The Stratosphere?
Yeah.
You've never been to Vegas?
Nah.
So the Stratosphere is like on the strip, but it's the furthest.
Few miles.
It's the furthest casino from everything because
Okay.
it's so tall they couldn't put it right next to the
I
airport.
thought you were gonna say so shitty.
No, it's so tall they couldn't put it next to the airport.
Okay.
So they had to put it way
okay,
far
okay,
away.
yeah.
But it's giant. It's like what's that giant tower in Seattle?
The Giant Tower.
Yeah,
it's called the Giant
basically
Tower.
that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's basically that, but it's got a
Space Needle?
the Space Needle. It's basically
It's called
that.
the Giant Tower, though.
Oh.
There's a giant ride on top that shoots you up the needle and all that. And so the night before was the night that we decided to get fucking hammered with my dad on Fremont Street, which is old downtown Vegas, which is
Okay.
way cooler than the Strip.
Oh, cool.
If you actually want to go party, there's a giant light show
Super
above.
affordable.
Yeah,
okay.
it's where you
That's
get
a
the
big part of
cheapest
it.
alcohol
Okay.
and the best games for gambling and all that. And we went to the strip club. Didn't get back to the Stratosphere Hotel till like 5 a.m, and we had to be on the bus to the NASCAR race at like 8.
Okay.
And so we partied. I don't even remember what happened. We went to the strip club with my dad.
Glitter Gulch, baby.
Glitter Gulch, and somehow ended up back at the Stratosphere, and then kind of got a couple hours of sleep, and then we had to go get breakfast and then meet all these super hardcore redneck NASCAR fans who had a great night's sleep all night. And it's like me, my dad, and Coel, and me and Coel ate 100 milligram sucker apiece,
Oh, shit.
and we hadn't been smoking because we were with my dad, and we thought like, oh, this is gonna be good. We're gonna eat fucking edibles and get on this bus, and we're all
It backfired?
sick as fuck. We got halfway to the track, and me and Quell just start tripping out. And this bus goes through the Air Force Base to get to.
McLaren? Or, not,
I think it's McLaren. Or
Is it McLaren?
that sounds right.
It does sound right.
Anyway, this Air Force Base, big giant Air Force Base, and the bus driver, who's been talking to us the whole way, is like,
Just being friendly.
yeah, he's like, just letting you guys know, sometimes, since we're going through the Air Force Base, they come on the bus and look for drugs. And me and Quell are like,
What'd you
and
have
I
on you?
forgot
What'd you-
that we brought
Oh.
Molly with us.
Oh
In
shit!
a couple little capsules that we were gonna take the night before.
You should've
Forgot
just
about it.
Taking them.
Awesome.
But we were
No,
so fucking high
but
already.
It's so hard to find.
I want to
I
finish.
get it.
I want to hear this.
I get it. I know, but my paranoid brain was like, we gotta hide this
So
shit.
what'd you do?
I put it in
Phil?
my coffee. I just
Wait,
put the capsules in
in
my
the
coffee.
liquid?
Yeah, and then put it underneath the seat. I was panicking. I didn't know what was going on. There was this old dude that stood up when that guy said it. He stood up and went to the bathroom, and he's like, I'm going to the bathroom because I have to go to the bathroom, not because I have drugs. And so he runs to the bathroom.
That's
in the
what
bus.
you did in your head.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you did in
And
your head. Yeah, exactly.
He did it first, so I was like, well, I can't follow him to the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah.
And so,
Oh my god, that's so great.
So yeah, I just put the capsule.
Wait,
and they,
so did dogs come on the bus?
no, but there was dogs when we first pulled up to
So
this
were they
checkpoint.
lying? Were they
No,
lying?
I think it only happens when like EDC's there, like Electric
EDC?
Electric Dance Festival.
Oh,
they do it at the
okay.
track because
That's
of
EDF, by the way.
No, it's EDC.
EDC.
Well, I mean, you said Electric Dance Festival.
or
I thought you EDC
Electric
Dance.
Electric Dance Carnival.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank
You're
you.
right.
Sorry.
Good job. Yeah.
I just knew EDC.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't even hear what Phil said.
so yeah, we wasted the Molly for sure, but
Or
we were
didn't
already
process
so
it. Yeah.
fucking high on those suckers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but
uh,
Molly's a better high. Or a fun high.
It is. I agree. That's why we took it.
It's
but we
so
forgot.
happy.
Wait. So did you end up losing them?
Yeah.
You
I
flushed them?
took a couple sips off the coffee, but
Yeah.
well, then we started going through security that were checking bags and shit, and so I just didn't know.
Dude,
And you're
I'm
100
with you.
milligrams deep.
I just
No.
didn't know what the possibility was that we were gonna
Phil,
get busted with my
I'm
dad
completely with you,
in
dude.
fucking Vegas on this Air Force base.
I've thrown shit out. I've thrown
And-
drugs out of airports many times.
And
dude.
it's funny because we passed through the checkpoint and they didn't come on, and everybody on the bus was like, "Hey, dude, in the bathroom, don't flush your shit. We're good."
That's Vegas, baby.
And
For
then
real? That's true?
yeah.
That's hilarious.
So we were just like super hungover and high as fuck on these suckers watching
Yeah.
NASCAR, and
was it fun?
it was super.
NASCAR.
It was
I mean,
super
NASCAR
cool.
fun.
Yeah, it was
li-
fucking
live.
cool.
Drink some beers with your dad.
Yeah.
Watch fucking NASCAR.
One of my aunts goes around like watching like all like we're
She's a
Southern.
NASCAR groupie.
She goes, well, her and her husband go to like Talladega, all the places, Daytona. I don't know them all.
It was
but,
cool.
they go to the NASCAR races, but I imagine like I've never been to a NASCAR race, but
Well-
I imagine they're kind of fun live, dude.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you just fast cars
Is it loud?
going around.
It
Yeah.
real loud? Yeah.
Have you ever been to like a dirt track race?
Yeah.
So it's
Actually,
it's
yeah.
kind of like that. I thought.
Okay.
I've only watched NASCAR on TV, and you just see these
Uh-huh.
stock cars going around. But like when you're there, it feels more like a dirt track race. Like the
Okay.
cars look
Yeah.
different.
They're loud
and
as
so
fuck.
I definitely-
loud. They
yeah.
come by and there's it's.
Sounds like- it
and you
sounds
can
like
feel
fun,
the
dude.
wind
Yeah.
coming off of them, and it was
Sounds-
super cool. But
Sounds like fun, man.
we shouldn't have gotten so fucked up and gone to the
Yeah.
strip club and gotten 2 hours of sleep before. We were all like, me and Coel sat on the bus, sat on the same row, and my dad had to sit with this other guy who was like super enthusiastic NASCAR
Yeah,
fan.
yeah.
And my dad was like, so hungover, about
Yeah.
to throw up, and this guy's like, "Hey man, do you like Jeff Gordon? This is last year racing. What do you think about Jeff Gordon?" And my dad was just
Oh,
like, "Please
hell yeah.
fucking stop talking to me." And then the bus driver thought it would be cool because you know how I'm the
I don't know how.
I know the NASCAR drivers, they go side to side when they
Like warm up the tires.
warm up the tires so they get sticky.
Okay.
So
And
the
so
bus
the bus
driver's
driver
doing
thought
that?
it would be funny for everybody. All the NASCAR fans were like, "Woo!" The bus driver was warming up the tires as we were going down the street, and me and my dad and Coel were like,
Bro, it's
hungover as fuck.
Vegas.
still,
yeah.
we were still fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
Not even
still
hungover
hammered.
yet.
No,
just
we
still
were
fucked
just,
up. Yeah.
Like almost hungover. And then
Yeah,
I had a couple Heinekens at the track, and we were good.
was it fun? Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was cool.
Anyway, even though you're hungover.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool.
Cool.
Just the bus ride, a little traumatic.
It was just weird. We shouldn't have fucking eaten. We should have split a sucker.
You should have taken the mollies. What you
Dude,
should have done.
I agree.
Zach Abeda gave
We
me
were
a
just-
100 milligram sucker 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and it's still sitting in the cabinet.
At that backyard show.
Yeah. Because
That's a lot.
I just
That's
understand what it
huge,
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to split it with me.
I'll split it with you.
That's
lick-
super gay.
Lick for lick.
Yeah, lick for lick.
I'll lick your
and
popsicle.
your turn. And my turn.
I mean, lollipop. I'll lick. Fucking.
What makes Dave Oakley gay? Apparently a little bit of weed.
How how many licks does it take to butt fuck?
I'm hoping about 8. Yeah.
Ask Mr. Owl.
Hell yeah, man.
So yeah, that was my
what
net.
the fuck else? I mean,
So we should go to
episode
Vegas
100.
for our next man trip.
Phil is back for the first time in a long time. What else can we talk about, Phil?
Let's take a man trip to Vegas is what Phil's talking about. Let's do that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You want to do it?
I was just trying to put the
Are
attention
you
on-
interested? After COVID?
Yes.
Phil's got a timeshare. Well, his family does.
Nuh-uh.
We literally have free
Nuh-uh.
lodging. Yeah.
Can we go
It's a
for real?
block from the
As
strip.
long as we plan it.
Every time we've gone to Vegas, we've had free lodging.
As long as we plan it.
Yeah.
No, we're going to be like, hey, Phil, 1 hour. We're going to
I'm
Vegas.
just saying, I have to.
You thought Phoenix was 4 hours away. Go
Doesn't
fuck
matter.
yourself.
That's irrelevant to the point right now. Nice try.
I just
I
have
disagree.
I just have to call the timeshare people and be like, "This is when we want to use
Wait,
it."
is it a condo?
Uh-huh.
Sweet.
like a-
is
it's
it, is it
It's like a block away from the strip, so we can walk.
Yeah.
So
Basically.
it's like in the
We
city.
have-
But they have free shuttles that take you anywhere too.
Can we
We've
re-
walked
can,
in, taken shuttles. Both are.
Can we
very
really
easy.
go there? I've never been
Yeah.
to Vegas. I've never been.
Yeah.
We just have to. We have to plan it.
Can Cat come?
Mm-hmm.
My
I
girlfriend's
mean-
not going to be stoked if I go without her either.
All right. Well, that's fine. Cool.
We're just going to have a boys' night.
Coel's gonna watch the kid, dude.
There's-
Whatever. I'm just kidding.
No, after COVID, there's a lot of family.
Me and Kelly are just fine on this trip. Don't worry. Bye.
There's
You say that.
like
Yeah, we
certified babysitters that you can call like Uber that come watch your kids. You
Yeah.
can like
We're gonna say
check out their
wives.
reviews and
Yeah, probably like how you get a maid or something. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, like that's yeah. I imagine nowadays there's probably a lot more like babysitters or what the fuck are they called?
Dog walkers?
Nannies.
Nannies.
Well,
Yeah,
then we're gonna have to take a guy's trip to Denver.
I love Denver. I'll
We
always,
could probably pull that. We could pull that off easier.
I'll fucking always go to Denver.
There's some. I mean, I just what was that warning there on the old computer?
Also, the camera's been
recording will be stopped.
That's no.
Seconds.
Huh?
Recording will be stopped in 60 seconds.
60
Why
seconds.
We are
is it
forced to be taking a break.
Oh my god.
All right, let's take a break.
Well, I'm glad I noticed.
Good call, Phil. All right, we'll be back.
Thanks, Black Phil.
A vicious racket with your arms around, with its arms around your children. I just realized that.
That's why I bought it.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
I got both of those for $8 or something.
Nice.
And the Reefer Madness, it just felt right
History.
to have in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, bullshit history. It felt right, especially in this time. Seems to be a lot of propaganda going on, a lot of false fucking news. But I do not want to talk about politics.
Yeah.
Let's talk about stuff.
We did our politics. Oh, what was I was telling an acid story. Oh yeah. We did a bunch of acid once at the old house.
Right.
And I looked over at Coel and she was sitting on one of the couches and was like, "Why aren't you cuddling with me?" And then I looked over at Brian and he was handing me a beer and was like, "You want a beer, man?" And smiled. And I was like, this is when I have to choose between my best friend and my girlfriend. What the fuck is happening? And I just sat there for a while and Brian was just looking at me with this beer. And then
The devil.
and then I finally just kind of snapped to, and he was like, "What are you doing? Why are you just staring at me?" I was like, oh, "Okay, I was just tripping." But yeah, for a split second at that time, I felt like the universe was making me choose between having a girlfriend and my best friend.
And you clearly chose. But I feel like you chose correctly. We all need to grow up at some point. And I remember
but we were all like best friends for so long. Like
we moved to Durango together.
We were able to, do all that together. It was
Yeah.
like it's like How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. We did salvia together. We did all the drugs together. Literally. Like, I've done psychedelics with Coel pretty much as many times as I've done them with Phil. Maybe not, maybe 2 or 3 less, but right up there, Every camping trip, every festival, every crazy thing, Coel was there.
And Brian usually had some random chick.
well, you gotta have sex. You know what I mean? Your man's gotta fuck. That's what it's all about. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I just get horny when I'm on drugs and at festivals with, everybody's half naked, and it's good to have a woman with
I've
you.
never been to a festival, man.
Interesting. We're gonna have to bring it back, Phil. We're gonna have to get young again. Take Dave Oakley to a festival. Blues and Brews might
And
be
then
a good
and then a strip club.
compromise. I feel like
Is
Blues
that the
and
one in
Brews.
Telluride?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like that could be a good compromise. We could still take psychedelics, just drink
But
so much beer.
It's pretty family friendly.
Yeah.
I could bring my kid.
Well, Phil has a kid.
And I have a camper, so I can set up a home base.
I also have a camper. We could figure this out.
All right.
Yeah.
We've never done psychedelics in the woods with 2 campers.
No,
Talk
we've-
about super for it.
We've always done psychedelics with just shit tents and like a $60
A lot of the
pop-up
times we
thing.
just ate acid and then decided to set up camp. Like, let's eat acid and then set up camp while we're about to trip.
That's a mistake.
It's such a bad mistake.
Yeah. People say don't open a beer until you set up camp. That's bullshit. You pull up. Well, actually, when you hit the dirt road, you should open a beer, and then drive to your camp spot, and then open another beer, set it up, whatever. But don't eat the acid until the tents are set up. Maybe even get a fire ready. You know what I mean? Where you can like stuff a flaming piece of paper in it,
Yeah,
and get it going.
Me and Leah had an argument about where to put the fire because I was all paranoid that there was this one spot that I was just convinced was going to light this fucking tree on fire. And she's like, "You're being retarded. You're being paranoid." And I was like, "It's going to catch this tree on fire." We were all starting to come up on acid and arguing about where we should put the campfire. This was after we realized that you guys didn't bring poles for your tent.
That was Gibby. Gibby is also the other person that has a smiley face on his leg.
Mm-hmm.
There was 3 of us that evening.
Oh no.
He was
The
like our
man that
little
brought the-
brother that we corrupted.
Yeah, for sure. His dad was a pastor. But he was the one that brought the tattoo gun into the house. And now we all have smiley faces on our leg.
Idiots.
Well,
I disagree.
I like it.
I'm not gonna get rid
It
of
reminds me of a happy time,
it. Mm-hmm.
We were selling weed, didn't have
Not
jobs and shit.
a-
It was actually I was on
Not
probation.
idiots.
I might have been checking fire extinguishers.
You okay, Dave?
Getting there.
Drunk Dave's here.
Getting to be okay?
It's episode 100. Drunk Dave had to make an appearance.
Yeah.
Say something crazy.
Oh god.
Sup, Kane?
Sorry.
Thanks, Phil. Solid assist. Episode 100. You got nothing, Dave? Think we should wrap this bitch up? No words, just shake your head.
Don't wrap it up.
Don't wrap it
Let's
up.
keep going.
Don't wrap it up. Have a baby.
Chlamydia.
Phil?
Yeah. That's bad advice.
Yeah,
Pull out.
I've been just rolling those dice.
Unless you really want a life-changing experience, and it's real. It's fucking real.
It's like
Everybody said that to me, like having a baby, and I was like, even when Coelle was pregnant, I was like, this is gonna be easy.
Like, I got 3 dogs.
I'm gonna fucking day trade all day long and have a baby. She'll sleep. Like it's gonna be fucking easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's fucking hard.
Public service announcement?
Yeah.
Is that what they're called?
Public service announcement.
PSA.
PSA.
baby.
Kids are hard.
Don't say
That's
that.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I also had conflicted emotions about it.
You guys are fucking got your mind in the
You
gutter.
woke me up with that one.
Yeah.
Ew, don't say that.
We'll see.
either.
Well, that's wrong too.
Dave's excited.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't like strip clubs.
Yeah,
the
have you
kids
noticed there's some kind of marketing going on?
It's a waste of money. That's why I don't like
I
it.
get it.
Strip clubs?
But so is
Yeah.
everything else in the world.
Dude, I just cash in my change jar. They give me my
And
cash.
you waste your money with
Do
it.
they have
I just-
porn stars at
That's my strip club money.
It depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about the change in my pocket. I put it in that jar every day. And then one day I take it to the bank. They give me money. And I
See,
give it
that's-
to
Some nice ladies put their tits in my
yeah, I
face.
give it to some nice ladies that are going to college, Dave. They're trying to pay that
It's
tuition.
not a
Well,
waste
good
of
for
money.
you. I guess that's a way. I guess
It's a community service.
I'm sorry. I've been with a Jew for 10 years, so the change in my jar is valuable.
Yeah, what do you do with it?
I cash it in.
Spend it on
we save
cigarettes
it.
and alcohol.
I cash it in and put it in my bank account.
You give it to cigarettes and alcohol. I give it to very nice young ladies who are trying to go to college.
So I win.
Doctors. Pretty much.
I'm just trying to help the
I
community.
just enjoy the experience of being a man. Because
I
a
like
lot of the
smoking
times,
cigars. I like
being
drinking
a-
whiskey, and I like tits.
yeah, every once in a while you just gotta
Yeah.
be a man.
So what about when you go to a strip club that sells no whiskey?
Then you,
You
fucking leave, and that's a waste of money. Going
Yeah.
to a shitty
Agreed.
strip club.
I wonder what
No,
that's
that's
like.
what we did.
I wonder
yeah.
what that's like.
No, but we left.
It's
But the
horrible.
Diamond Cabaret in Denver, very nice establishment. You can buy a cigar, you can smoke, you can look at tits, throw some money, talk
Eat a
to your
nice
friends.
steak.
You can damn near hit a bullet at the table in front of a security guard.
Hit a
which-
bullet.
Cocaine bullet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
gotcha.
we all
Red Bull.
maybe did. Yeah. But it was
Allegedly.
such a good experience. It was so fun. That was the best strip club experience I've ever had. Like, the ones with girlfriends and whatever have been really, really good. You know, they made the strip club experience better at that moment. But the one at the Diamond Cabaret with me, Phil, and Pat was hands down the best strip club experience I've had. We just fucking talked, and Pat, it was his bachelor party. It was Phil's birthday. We got fucked up. We did coke. We smoked weed. It was fantastic. Shout out to Denver.
And then we watched UFC the next day.
Yeah.
It was a man
Live.
trip. Sometimes you just gotta get your fucking
Manhood.
get your
Get
man
the
on.
Get that MT on.
Gotta get just your testosterone's up. You know, you might fight somebody. There was a possibility.
It was.
I was pretty.
I feel like we almost got in a fight with like a potentially homeless lady outside of the
Don't
well,
remember that.
the tilted kilt.
Huh.
First day, this lady
I was
kind of got aggressive with
Fucking
us.
hammered.
I
after
know.
That.
I had to direct both
Then
of
we
you
went back to the
hotel.
hotel and I did cocaine and I was like, I feel great. Let's go to the strip club.
Phil argued with me on the way back to the hotel which way the hotel was, and I was like, "It's literally right there." And he was like, "Oh, okay, man."
He handed me a bullet.
Sobered
You're
you
right.
up.
You're definitely right, bro.
Yeah, we did drugs on the street. We did drugs in the strip club. It was beautiful.
America.
America.
Yep. Remember when Phil puked in the parking lot?
America.
I do.
That was cool.
We didn't have cocaine.
Mm-mm. I would have been
No.
fine.
We didn't have
We
that
didn't.
party aid.
We were high on Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz is powerful. That whole weekend, I'm
I
glad
drank-
we did.
I drank like at least a quarter of Drew's fucking whiskey glass that he had.
I think I took a couple hits off that as well. He got 2 of those.
And we had a shot of tequila.
I don't know.
We were already kind of drunk.
Whole night's a blur. We got to my mom's house, drank 3 beers each, smoked 3 bowls.
And then drank
In-
fucking Captain Morgan
In 18 to 20 minutes.
on accident.
In 18 to 20 minutes, we drank that much, got in an Uber, went to the
I forgot
fucking,
the tickets,
Yeah.
which we would have been fine because we had our phone.
I reminded you
We did.
on the way out of the neighborhood. I was like, "You got the tickets?" And you're like, "Nope."
Finally.
Finally, I did something right in my
Good
life.
check mark for Dave.
God damn it! I forgot about that till now.
You were also mean to a lot of the Uber drivers.
Yeah.
Well, I fucked with them. I wasn't mean per se.
I'm not polite.
You laughed at that black dude for getting shot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, when he said that, I started laughing out loud. I couldn't help it.
You were the only one.
I know. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
At least
It was
when
a-
Dave's an asshole, it's just him that usually looks like an asshole. You know what I mean? Everybody else is like, nope.
Yeah.
That's when I started going down the other way. Like,
Yep.
all right, I'm getting tired of this.
Fair enough.
Fuck Dave.
It's okay. We had to go through that, Dave.
Yes, we did.
You guys are better friends, and now we're at episode 100.
Mm-hmm.
Uno hundredo.
Yeah, that's how you say it.
It's
Un cien.
100.
There you go.
Unseen.
It's un cien.
Is that how it is?
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
I knew how to say it the first time, but I said it wrong.
Sí, buen trabajo.
To be drunk.
Hmm.
Uno hundredo. That's the drunk way. Un cien. That's correcto. Forget about it.
It's the muy blanco.
I don't even know what to say.
Why not? You're not a good host.
Oh my god.
Wow.
There's literally 3 podcast hosts in the room. You think somebody could pick up the slack?
I've been gone for 4 months. I'm rusty.
Hey, you're still better than Brian, dude. You're
And I'm
killing
also
it.
thinking
Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
I'm also thinking we're about getting to the point where we're not gonna fit it all in one YouTube video.
Is it really going that long?
YTV?
We're at 2 hours
Wow.
Are we
plus.
really?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
we should go protest.
What would you like to protest, Dave?
I would like to protest for Black
Gay
Lives
rights.
Matters.
Uh,
Gay rights, yeah.
I think they've got their rights now.
no, I was thinking Dave was protesting against gay rights.
Oh, that makes sense.
I thought I was protesting for it.
On the
but-
corner by himself.
That was the funniest thing I could think of.
Do you want to burn in hell?
Yeah. Oh, God.
No, that's his parents
Don't take me back to my childhood. Yeah. Ugh.
and sister. Whatever.
Don't take me
Would your
back.
parents completely disown you if they thought you were gay?
I don't know. Ask my
Mine
first
might.
boyfriend.
Yeah, your parents.
My
might.
dad might.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
He's coming around.
He jokes about it enough.
No, I bet they wouldn't. And the reason I say that is because my sister got pregnant and had a kid, and like we were
Your
raised.
kid's gay.
No, I wish. I hope.
She got pregnant by another woman.
No, but it's just like
Turkey baster.
the same way my parents are against like gay marriage and shit. Like they're against
Drugs, alcohol.
Artificial
having
insemination.
sex before marriage. And then my
Mm.
sister got pregnant, and they were completely supportive of her. So I have a feeling if I was like, "Yo, mom, I like to suck cock," she'd be like, "I think she'd be okay." I think she'd be like, "Okay, son, we support you."
That's good.
I have a sister that's Mormon and had a shotgun wedding. Yeah, right before the baby was born.
Was it legitimate shotgun wedding? It was actually a shotgun there?
There was probably a few. Yeah, it was in Tennessee. There
And then
was a shotgun.
they didn't
on
shoot the
premises.
baby.
No.
It was
I don't think
before the
that's how a
baby-
shotgun wedding works.
No,
Oh,
it's just because
oh.
someone's pregnant and you get married. You
Oh, I thought you
it's a
always just
shotgun
shot the
wedding.
kid. I thought you shot the kid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're
I don't think that's how
fucking
it
Georgia education.
Yeah, we're 48th in the state.
They
in that
failed
sense.
Or
you.
Neanderthal. Well, I think New Mexico's 49th, so
Yeah, you guys are dumber.
Yeah, they didn't help us
Well,
out either.
I don't. Yeah,
It's okay.
Well, this went downhill,
They-
folks.
they taught-
Happy New Year.
They taught us how to be tough.
yeah. It's hard in Durango. People talk mad shit and expect no repercussions. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I had to rewire my whole brain when I moved here.
Drives me nuts.
Being a lifty,
I just want to fucking
50
strangle people sometimes.
50 people talking shit to you, and you're not supposed to hit any of them. Like you're just supposed to. And that's just not.
See, I have
how I
a
was
different.
raised.
I have a different perspective. I think people out here, and it's been pissing me off lately. People out here that will not say what their
What they
beef
mean.
is with you. They won't say it to your face, man. They'll talk about it behind your back all day, but people will not talk to you straight. Like they will not say, "Yo, this is like this thing you're doing. It bothers me," and that's the only way to resolve.
I think it's below
Anything-
your pay grade. I was working for
But people don't do
$8.50
that
an
here,
hour.
dude. Like,
I was working for $8.50 an hour. These people are savages. They don't give a fuck about your feelings. You know, they told you exactly what they thought. Aggressively,
who?
lifties, people that run the
I
lifts at
don't know,
Purgatory.
man. I don't know.
$8.50 an hour, dog.
I worked up there too, man, and I felt.
Well,
the
they
same.
might have been nice to you, but they weren't nice to other
Well,
lifties.
that's my point.
They're like, bitch, you make $8.50 an
in
hour. You're nothing.
Durango. opposed to the East Coast. In Durango,
Right.
everybody's nice to your face, man. But like, if they got a problem with you or a beef with you, they will never approach you with it. They will just talk about it behind your back, and that shit
Yeah, I agree with
is infuriating.
You should hang out in Farmington.
Like, dude, like, how else are we supposed to grow and become like grow and build our relationship if we don't talk about the things that bother each other about a situation, man? Like, I mean, talking behind somebody's back does nothing, dude.
Agreed.
Oh, I hate it. I've never seen it like I have here, dude.
Agreed.
Swear to God. It's like the further west you get, the more fucking fake people get to your face.
Mm.
I don't
People
like
that
it.
worked harder to find a place to live. Yeah.
We grew up where if you talk shit too much, you might get stabbed.
Yeah. Talk shit, get hit, or stabbed. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's everywhere, really. I mean,
Yeah, but not in Durango.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
yeah, it bugs me. I
And I feel like the
wish
more
could-
people talk shit, the more their ego like gets up. So eventually they talk like mad shit
Uh-huh.
to like somebody like me or Phil, and not saying we're badasses or anything, but I have a line where it's like I feel like I almost have to defend myself at some point.
I just feel
And
like
I also get angry.
I don't even think
It's a default.
people don't even need to talk shit, dude. I'm just saying, like, if something bugs you, you can be upfront and like straightforward about it and be like, yo, I really don't like it when you say this, or I really don't like it when you do this.
But would you argue there's a way to deliver that information?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's exactly my argument, is
Right.
that there is a way, and you can, like, there's a diplomatic way to handle any situation. But I think a lot of times, just from what I've seen,
So
like,
how I handled it in Phoenix was wrong.
no, I'm not saying no.
how
Dave, I will
handled
fucking
it.
kill
Actually,
you.
the opposite.
How Dave handled it was wrong.
No, actually, you were upfront with me, and that was actually the right way. What I'm saying is, I've seen people like at work, like, for example, like, come, like, I'm having a conversation with somebody, and they're talking about whatever, and then somebody else comes up, and to that person that I'm talking to, they're like super nice, and then as soon as that person walks away,
Start talking shit.
they start talking shit, and like, it's like, wow, I just witnessed you being the fakest motherfucker in the world, and I feel like I haven't seen that any more than I have
I
here.
feel like that's comic shit, though.
Comic shit. I'm talking
Well,
about
East
not-
Coast, whatever. But I'm saying, like, I feel like comics are relatively upfront with each other.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, maybe so. Yeah, but
Like,
I
you
mean,
have a group of friends that basically addresses their issues with shit-talking, aggressive jokes. And then in the real world, at work or whatever.
comics are. It's different, dude. Like,
Yeah.
when we're amongst comics, dude, like, we all fuck around in different ways. But I'm just talking about the everyday person, man.
Right.
And, like, I just see it so often, and it, like, bugs me. Like, when I watch somebody be so kind to somebody's face, and then as soon as that person walks away, they
light 'em on
start,
fire.
like, just, like, talking the deepest shit about them. I'm like, fuck you, man. Like, you're a fake motherfucker, dude. Like, I don't appreciate that.
That's good.
And I haven't seen that. I mean, like, back east, like, people, yeah, they're known to be kind of more assholes. But I think the reason they get the term asshole thrown at them is because they're just upfront and, like, they tell you what they think to your face. But I would appreciate that all day more than somebody that I think is my friend, but then come to find out, like, that person is just talking shit as soon as I walk away.
Yeah.
I'd rather somebody that's upfront and blunt than somebody fake
No,
like that.
I think everybody understands that. Yeah, you don't want an opportunistic
haven't-
fucking...
I've never seen it like I have out here, man. It's crazy.
Well,
I don't-
life's easy in Durango. Like, rent's high and whatever, but we're in an isolated little bubble that...
You heard it
Like-
here, people. Rent high, be a dick. I'm just kidding. Sorry. I thought that was going to be
Okay.
funnier.
But,
Confused.
It wasn't funny.
but when it comes to, like, COVID
I
times...
thought it was going to be funnier.
Like, we have it easy, you know? Like, wear a mask. Basically, everything's open. We can do one open mic a week, which is basically the decision of the bars around town that don't want to have us, I guess. But We have one open mic a week.
No doubt.
And, you know, we live in this little bubble. I don't know what the fuck I started this with. Do you?
Yeah, it started with Black Lives Matter.
Fuck yourself.
Versus bigger cities that, where people are more confrontational. Here it's a bubble, so people are like in their own world.
Bunch of fucking pussies.
Yeah, that's my point. People are fucking pussies here because life is easy. That's
Nobody's
my
got
point.
their fucking
You're right.
asses kicked.
You're right. That's exactly the problem.
Thank you, Philip.
Thank you, Phil.
I haven't
Philip.
called you Philip in
I was like, whoa.
but it felt
Did
right.
you say
at the
Philip?
moment. Yeah.
Philip.
That's his name.
Philip.
Philip Cheeser.
Philip.
Yeah. Philip Gouda cheese. No? Okay.
I like Big Dick Gouda better.
Oh, that's way better.
BDG.
It's not like completely wrong.
No, Phil's got a piece on him. Everybody knows that.
No,
Yeah, he's got the African D.
not African.
Just a
German.
fat slice of cheesecake.
German Wiener Schnitzel.
Cheesecake. All right, let's wrap it up, man.
It's pretty average.
Yeah?
We're ruining everything.
I'm like 5'8", 5'9" on a good day.
Dick or height?
Both.
Copy. All right.
5.9 inches.
It kind of
But
feels
it's
like
thick. It's like a fucking Mexi lager.
Yeah. I mean, the last time I saw it, it looked like a Foster's can. That's all I'm saying.
That's even bigger than a Mexi lager can.
Yeah, he's more like a Bud Light.
I mean,
can.
we were 12, but whatever.
Was it the blue one or the gold one?
It's gotten smaller since then.
I was just trying to make Phil's dick look
And
like
masturbate
it's
more.
huge. Yeah, whatever. Thanks for
I
listening,
don't know
Dave
why that
Oakley.
matters.
You got anything to promote?
Yeah, we got some shows coming up. We got some comics coming from Texas and Arizona, and forget. But check it out. Just follow Comic Uprising on Facebook, and Twitter and Instagram, obviously.
That's
and,
why you need a
and
manager.
We're trying to make some shows happen real shortly, and we just got some good news the other day. So I think you should just stay tuned. I mean, we'll be having some shows.
Dave
Sounds
doesn't
like
have
shows
AIDS.
are coming. Yeah, Dave doesn't have AIDS. Phil, you got anything?
Buy Bitcoin.
I don't have AIDS.
Buy Bitcoin. Yeah.
And I'll
And
steal it from you on the other side.
yeah, Phil's a fucking savage. Check out the Whiskey Reel podcast. Shout out to Ethan Esparza and the Chava people for the intro outro music. And you can find us at GLW_podcast on Instagram, Greenlight Weekend on YouTube and Facebook, and greenlightweekend@gmail.com. We love you guys. Closing statements?
I don't have AIDS.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't have AIDS either.
Peace.
I don't have AIDS.
I don't have AIDS either.
I don't have AIDS.
Everything with cream cheese, orange juice, break fast. I'm out the door to get the dough, speaking to the masses. Hit the road to do a show, microphone madness. Trip easy, cheap sunglasses, straight passion. My third eye active, watching backpacks lead the show, beeping that shit vocally. Hearing me locally, lyrically, know what I'm supposed to be, and I don't got no fear of it. I'm coming for your brain, homie, coming at you spiritually. Stepped into the game, and I knew that flow was slippery, but check my flow though. Turn the whack news to history. Let them do their thing, instead I put them out their misery, and simply put, just got disconnected. Like my boy Big Money, man, this can't be neglected. Grab the mic and check it, coming up in your direction. Gift that I've been blessed with, this hustle is respected and reckless. Poetic mind on the set list, got the groove to match. Everybody step with it, still haven't fulfilled a whole vision yet. Life right now still so picturesque. I'm knocking every stage until I get a bigger check. Even though I hate money, ready for a bigger step. Pull the trigger next. Somebody coming at your neck. I could've died today. That's why I'm smoking cigarettes and got precision set of skills and imagination, creations, innovating with motivation. I'm chasing my goals, giants that I be racing. I'ma stride through the finish like a 6'5" Jamaican, beating my chest like yeah. What my name is, ink on my chest. What my homie spray painting, summer day smoke. escape. PlayStation, he looking down on me and I can't stay patient. I ain't just trying to say shit, sit back and face this. Real type, I've been smoking instrumental playlists, chill in the cut. Now these small places, I ain't getting love now, man. Fuck being famous, yeah, they tell me it's really hard to make it. They don't understand I love being underestimated. Second guess it and I'll take it that you're undereducated. Anyway, this got me thinking about them old records playing. Why? It's filled with soul and it fills my mind. Tail feather shaking while the rhythm takes flight. What I'm doing wrong, I ain't gonna fake right. I don't get no sleep because the music takes night. Nocturnal life with my basement lights. Just roll some nice, keep my drink on ice. If you don't get it once and you don't hear it twice, moving on this beat right here is out of sight. I'ma stay away.